Okay, yeah. So we're kind of having a conversation. And I wanted to kind of bring it here to kind of bring everybody into order. I'm missing some people though. Where's Esmeralda? Is she here? We're missing Esmeralda. This Daniela, you here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're missing Gael. Gael's out of town. Um, Dana. Oh, no, Dana's here. Hey, Dana.
Hey.
Missing. Okay, Marge is here. Cece is here.
I'm here.
Okay. So who are we missing?
We're missing David. We're missing Anthony. Jean's not here. We're missing Jean. Is Emily here? Yeah, we're missing Emily. Yeah, we're missing Hernandez. I think that's it for regulars. I called them, but I couldn't reach them. I can call again.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get this thing started. I want to talk about a lot of different things. I kind of interweave them, but the whole idea behind these two teachings that I'm gonna do for the next 2 days, right? The whole ideal is this idea of familiar spirits, right? And there's probably gonna be a lot of deliverance over the next couple of weeks, based upon these teachings that I'm gonna teach. But I kind of wanted to start up with a conversation, like I said, that I was having with Marge, and the Holy Spirit was really downloading into me a lot of different things. And we've all heard some of these teachings or whatever, but I just like to keep bringing them into light, so that we don't forget those things, right? Gene, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's just people that God brings to my spirit, and I just have to say them. Okay, so in this,
Pat, you're on mute. You're still on mute.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
So yeah, what was the last thing I said? You guys heard?
The idea of familiar spirits, and that you're going to be teaching next 2 days. Oh, and you were having a conversation with Marge, and the Holy Spirit was downloading stuff.
Yeah. So hang on. I have some sleepers. I don't think it's a good time to sleep. Hang on. Not a good time to sleep. Wake up. Yeah. So it's this ideal of waves, right? So waves can be a dangerous thing, and I have a teaching on this. I want you guys to go and make yourself familiar, because I don't want to really go deep into the wave aspect of everything that I'm talking about, right? So life is pretty balanced, and you really get a handle on things when you really get a handle on your emotional ability to handle waves, right? Because life is just a continual. You go to the beach, you see wave hits, wave pullbacks, wave hits, wave pullbacks. And like I said, I do a more in-depth teaching in that the teaching that I have. So you guys can go look that up. It should be on YouTube, and it's called Wave After Wave, right? So, but I want to talk about the balancing aspect of the wave, because a lot of us, we still don't understand that life consists of being hit with waves, and um, also the waves pulling back, right? So, in this analogy, the waves signify your blessing, right? Let me text Anthony. So okay. You want me to get you up again? Yes, you do. Wake up. No, you're not. Wake up. Go wash your face. Go take a walk. Something. Stop being weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm so distracted by something. Probably is this teaching now. I'm gonna teach that's really bothering me. Okay, so let me just get through the teaching, and then hopefully whatever spirit is irking my nerves is be gone. Okay, so your ability to be balanced with the waves and the hitting of the waves, the pulling back of the waves, different things like that. The waves, the waves signify the blessings in your life, and the pullback signifies when God kind of like removes the blessing, or which is a weird sense, because we know that the blessing is the presence of God, so He doesn't really remove the blessing, but he kind of uncovers our iniquities little by little, right? So He kind of shows us what it is that's about our lives, what it is that's about ourselves. Me, in my own life, I go through a large amount of waves hitting, and a large amount of pulling back of waves, right? So life is really about your ability to balance that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna get hit with waves. Everybody here, you're gonna get hit with waves, and in the same rate, everybody here is going to experience that pullback as well. So because of these two different things happening simultaneously, um, we find ourselves in a place where we don't know how to be disciplined. We don't know how to sit still. We don't know how to operate. But it's our discipline that allows us to navigate the waves. It's our discipline. Our discipline is probably like maybe the ship, or maybe a jet ski, or whatever you want to call it, something that can help you navigate these waves, right? A boat. So, or maybe let's use what the Bible used. The Bible says, anyone who hears His words of mine and puts them into practice. So we know that everything practical is discipline, right? So anybody who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice, which means who's disciplined in them, is like a man who builds his house on rock. So let's use that analogy for lack of better analogy. Right? So the ideal of these waves, right? These waves that cause what we call corrosion or erosion. And what they do is they begin to eat at anything that's on them. You know what I'm saying? So if you see a dock and you look at a dock has those little poles holding up the dock. And if you, depending on how long the dock was built, you'll see like certain areas about the dock are starting to get eaten, chewed away or kind of corroded and different things like that. So the truth is, you can be damaged by either the blessing or the pullback, and both of them are something that we have to stand strong in, and we have to build our foundation on something a little bit more stronger. Our discipline, our practice on something a little bit more stronger than whether we get blessed or whether God exposes us. Both of them needs to be balanced. And the reason why I'm saying this is because what you don't understand is that we commonly get pulled into the waves, or we probably get pushed away from our foundation by something called familiar spirits. Okay? These familiar spirits is in the name. It's familiar. What does that mean? That means things that you believe that you are accustomed to. This is why God says you are a new creation in Christ. You are a new creation in Christ, because if you operate with familiarity, you attract familiar spirits. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Right? So that's equivalent to I'm used to do. Anytime you say I'm used to doing it this way, I'm used to doing it this way. Certain things that you do, when you hear yourself saying I'm used to doing it a certain way, that's typically the sign or indication that you might be, or you're very close to being, or you are being attacked by a familiar spirit. And it requires us to really get ourselves into a place of knowing what type of spirits are operating in us, which, like I said, there should be only one, which is the Holy Spirit. Knowing what type of spirits are operating in us, and moving by those spirits. Okay, so the important aspect of that is because there's a lot of times when people feel, what would you say? People feel antsy, right? They feel, they got thumbtacks on their feet or fire on their feet or different things like that. People say that about me a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like these people who can't stick to one thing for a long period of time. These people who can't really focus in and hone in on something for a long period of time. And before you know it, they're antsy to do things. You know what I'm saying? You find this a lot in prophetic people, right? A prophetic person has a big struggle when it comes to getting themselves to be under discipline for a long time, right? Or being under leadership for a long time. That's why most prophets end up starting their own church, because the same thing with apostles as well, right? So most of them end up starting their own church outside of the leadership of their covering, because it's a lot harder, you know what I'm saying, to maintain or hold on to familiar spirits when you are under a community. Why? Because a community is constantly changing, it's constantly flowing, it's constantly moving in different directions. Leadership is always changing, positions is always changing. And most people, they just want to find themselves in a familiar setting. So what ends up happening is, if I'm not being elevated to a position that I can just stay at, right? Then I'm going to get myself into a place where um, whatever church I'm at, or whatever industry or ministry that I'm at, um, whatever that is, I'm going to start gearing myself to leave that that establishment based upon the fact that I'm not being elevated to my place, or I can't find something that I can settle on, right?
Yeah.
And the aspect about church or ministry is there should be nothing that you settle on. Why? Because at any point you can be moved to a different industry. Like we said, Philip was a deacon, you know what I'm saying? And he was having to be able to adjust himself to a prophetic level or to an apostle level at any given moment. So this is why we teach completion, because some people are only prophetic because that's the only thing they can do. And that's not how it's supposed to operate. Some people are only teachers because that's the only thing that they can do. And they're saying, well, God only created me to be a teacher. No, God might have created you to start off as a teacher. That might have been your door, but being a teacher is not your final calling. Being a son is, being a daughter is. So we have to understand that just because God created a door, or just because God created a door, doesn't mean that we make the door our house. And we want to be
That's good.
familiar with the doorstep, and God's saying, I want you to come in.
That's good.
And because we're telling people, I want you to come in, now their familiar spirits will end up drawing them out of the presence of God, drawing them out of their house, drawing out of being planted in the house of God, because they would rather be a fancy door than a fancy room. And a room has a door, but a room also has windows. A room also has a bed, maybe a carpet, maybe a TV. You know what I'm saying? There are different aspects about God's house. And I know you was going to feel that, Claire, because you have a strong prophetic ability.
Mm.
So I know that was going to hit you. But we get this antsy feet, and we don't know why we get this antsy feet. But the antsy feet is actually coming from our inability to shift the way that God tells us to shift, or move the way that God tells us to move. So whenever the wave hits, or whenever the wave pull back, we cannot deal with where God has placed us. We can deal with where God has placed us. God wants to reveal so that he can heal. God cannot heal what we don't allow him to reveal. Okay. So we find ourselves in this place where these waves start to hit, right? And people start going crazy. What does that mean? Okay, we get this fancy job or whatever. What's that? A wave hitting, right? We lose our job. Wave pull back. It's like literally, as a leader in the church, it's very hard to build a community with unstable or double-minded people, because of this very thing. Is how do you build a community when people will leave because they're blessed? Or because God pulls the blessing back? You can never have anything if in your mind you don't structure this understanding that you cannot leave when you're blessed. And you cannot leave when the blessing gets pulled back. It's literally like, hey, Pat, I want you to bless me. I don't know if I really want to bless you, because last time I blessed you, you left. Or last time I blessed you, I don't see you anymore. Or last time I blessed you, you left the communion, or you left the community. Last time I blessed you, it pulled you away from the house of God. And it's like, do I bless this person? And as somebody who is balanced, I have to not let the traumas of my past affect my ability to bless those in the future. But it's really just be honest, as leaders, it's really hard for us, because we know the moment that I put you in a position, or the moment that you're blessed in something, is the moment that you become unreliable, because you cannot deal with the fact that God has given you something. This is for all my leaders. This is for anybody who I've placed or anybody who's going to be placed, which is all of you guys, in leadership position. It's like I put you in charge of the worship team, and all of a sudden you're going crazy. It's like, what's going on? I don't understand. There's no difference between when you were in the worship team and when you was mopping the floors. There's no difference, but the difference is you're undisciplined, and because of your undiscipline or because of your familiar spirits, when you get yourself back into your familiar place, you forget how to operate as a community. You're the same person mopping floors that you are preaching on the pulpit. What does that mean? If your prayer life that got you to the pulpit was a certain way, what makes you think that your prayer life on the pulpit needs to change?
Come on.
If your discipline on the when you were mopping floors were a certain way, what makes you think that your discipline is not gonna be the same, if that not more discipline, when you're on the pulpit?
That's good.
It's
That's
like
good.
whenever there's a shift of a blessing in there. It's like, okay, for another example, what makes you think the very thing that got you the job or got you the career, the discipline that got you the career, it changes after? No, God says that you're ready for it because your foundation is ready for it. Meaning, I trusted you, I believed in you to have and I love God for that. God is literally like probably the most, like, what do you call those people who like literally just don't get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like easily fooled. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way that I like to picture God sometimes. Like, he's just so gullible. Like, he's so gullible. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so believable. It's like, yo, God, if you put me in a relationship this time, I promise you, I'm not gonna become obsessive. He doesn't even put you in a relationship. Some guy just walked by with some fancy cologne, and you already go crazy. And it's like, God's like, I thought you said, it's like, God, you know me though. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you even do that when you know me? Yeah, but you told me that you weren't gonna do that. Like, you know what, God? I'm gonna pray every day. I'm gonna wake up every day. I'm gonna pray at 3 a.m. Really? Wow. Because that is the prayer life of somebody who's ready for a major drop it, or that's the prayer life of somebody who's ready for a major commitment in a job, or that's a prayer life of somebody who's ready for a car, or that's the prayer life of somebody who's ready to do magnificent things, and then he blesses you with whatever he had in mind for you, and then before you know it, you drop the disciplinary thing that got you there to begin with. No, we don't create discipline. It's literally like thinking that you can work out for 21 days, get an amazing body, and then stop working out.
Come on.
And for your body to remain the same, that's literally like what we think. And God's like, no, I'm not basing what I bless you on the fact that you can work out or fast for 21 days. This is why some of y'all are like, well, you know what? I'm gonna fast. I'm gonna fast for 3 days. Or I'm gonna fast for 10 days. I'm gonna fast. Do you even understand why you're fasting? Does anybody understand why they're fasting? You're fasting to jumpstart yourself into a discipline.
Yeah, that's literally
If
it.
you fasted, no offense to Dana, if you fasted for 10 days and then right after that became a glutton is somebody who eats all the time. Just indulge. No offense to Dana, but I just like to poke at people. Yeah, so why? Because you're being pulled back by a familiar spirit. Well, I used to eat like this all the time. I used to operate like this all the time. Why? That familiar aspect is pulling you back into a state from before you know. If I fasted, that means I now have control over my eating. What good is it to fast yourself into a discipline only to be overcome by the thing that you were fasting right after you fast. It doesn't make any sense, but we do that with anything that we consecrate ourselves from. What good is it for us to literally consecrate ourselves from Netflix only to watch Netflix again? Only to watch Netflix again and watch it more than ever. It's like, yo, you know what? I'm just gonna not watch Netflix for the next 21 days. Then you start watching Netflix again, and you watch it. You literally spend the whole week watching Netflix. What good is that? Get yourself into a place of understanding that these things are giving us an upper hand over our flesh, where it's coercing us, or it's pushing us into a place of discipline, where when the blessing hits, we have the ability to sustain that blessing.
Dang, now we have to watch All American moderately.
Nah, sorry. Let me just... I gotta watch that in one take because my spirit. So this is the understanding behind that. Like we have to get ourselves into disciplinary practices that God says, okay, I put you in this thing to create one and to balance you out. So maybe you won't not eat food ever, right? Because then you will die, right? Or you probably, we won't say die. Let's say you'll turn only spiritual, right? So you don't want to always fast, right? Or
that was a good one.
Right? You know, I'm working on my lingo, you know? So we don't want you to not eat. So God says, okay, you know what? Fast a couple of days, and then when you start eating again, moderately and control it at a balanced pace. This gives you an opportunity to control your eating at a balanced pace, right? What about with 3 a.m. prayers? What's the purpose of doing 31 days of 3 a.m. prayers only to stop the 3 a.m. prayers and to never pray anytime in the morning ever again?
Come on.
So God says, maybe you don't have to wake up at 3 a.m., but wake up at 5.
Push
Maybe
crew,
you don't have
let's
to
go.
do 4 hours, but just do 2.
Push crew.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pushing you into a place of disciplinary practice, right? So that your average life can be to sustain whatever it is that you're doing. So you don't have to do 4 hours a day every single day. I mean, you can. Some of us were called to that, right? But we don't all have to go through that 4-hour period. Maybe, but no, everybody here should not be anything less than 2. So maybe it's not, okay, you know what, after this thing is done, I'm gonna just, wake up at 12 again. Finally, I can wake up at 12. Finally, I can wake up at 9. God's like, for what? Your body is already respecting the fact that you wake up at 3.
Come on, bro.
Like, I wake up at 3 on accident. Every single day. I wake up at 3 and it's like my fingers naturally just go to the Zoom call.
That's really
Literally, my fingers just like, all right, create new Zoom call. Just make sure I press the button. All right, finish. Send it to the 5. Then, sometimes I press the wrong button and I think I send it and I just fall asleep. And then somebody comes to me and they're like, "Yo, Pat," I'm like, "Oh, send."
You're hilarious, bro. You're so funny.
So God's creating these practices in it, but it's our familiar spirits that's gonna pull us away from these. We got to be responsible with the wave. We got to be responsible when the wave hits. Okay. I don't know. As I said, wave, I felt like something was gonna hit this room, but I don't feel the prophetic pull, the expectancy that I need to release it. But yeah. So the prophetic pull to release it, that had nothing to do with what I was gonna say. Yeah. So we gotta be responsible with the wave, right? But we also got to be responsible with the pullback. Okay. So the wave should not take us out of church. The wave should not be the thing that deters us from being disciplined. Hang on, guys. I gotta deal with this.
Let's go, Pat. Be a dad.
Intermission.
So, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, the wave should not pull us. Hey, you're in trouble. Okay, so the wave should not pull us away from God, but this is for some of you guys. The pullback should not pull us away from God, and we think that the pullback is God removing His blessing away from us, but it's more so God exposing the foundation. And this area is probably the most important aspect, because it's when the wave is pulled back that you actually have the ability to work on the foundational things. You actually have
That's
the ability
good.
to work on the things that you might not be disciplined in. Because remember, we want to get everything into an instinctual basis. Whatever is happening in the wave, you cannot think in the blessing.
Mm.
The blessing is only going to reveal your instinct during the pullback.
Mm.
What you allowed yourself to be instinctual in during the pullback, that's what the blessing is going to reveal. So what does that mean? When you get that $100,000 blessing, if you were not saving in the pullback, you're not going to save in the blessing.
Come on.
If you are not managing your money in the pullback, you're not going to manage your money in the blessing. If you want, whatever you aren't doing in the pullback reveals what your foundation is. It reveals your instinct. It reveals what it is that's happening in your life. What does that mean? When you are blessed, that's when you see if it's your instinct to pray or not.
Wow.
That's when you see whether it's your instinct to trust God or not. That's when you see it's your instinct. Why? Because as God is blessing you, you can no longer think, because He blessed you exceedingly above all you can ask for, think, or imagine. So it's above your thinking ability. It's really all on your ability to just instinctually operate. This is why people get blessed and stop praying. Why people get blessed and stop doing the normal things that they do. And they only resort themselves down to the minimal level of discipline that they operate in. Driving in their car, playing worship music.
Oh.
That one hit charisma hard. That's it. That's what they resort themselves to. And then every now and then when things are starting to go wrong, they just try to say a quick prayer, as if that's how it operates. First and foremost, I need you guys to understand the stuff that we did in this 30 days, it might not hit us until August.
My God.
Come on.
The stuff we did in this 30 days, we might not hit. There's just going to be a month or 2 months or 3 months of straight shower blessing. Just shower. And we're going to be like, yo, oh my God, it must be my current prayer life that's causing me. No, it's not your current prayer life that's causing you to do that. It's your what you did in the past, what you did in your fasting. Dana, who just fasted for 10 days, she still hasn't even reaped the benefit of her fast yet.
Come on.
No, can I tell you that those blessings are in transit?
Come on. Yes.
But what happens is we get discouraged because we do things now. We're like, oh God, I prayed today and nothing happened. Can I tell you, some of us, we don't operate in the suddenly. Some of us, we have to pray literally now so that next year, whatever we need is already in provision. And we don't even understand that. Wow. Can I tell you that there's a part where your prayer life is so low that your future self is gonna wish they were praying.
Wow, that's good.
Come on.
And that your future self is gonna look at its current self and say, man, I need to pray.
That's good.
And wait and hope and get discouraged by the fact that they cannot receive anything currently because they were supposed to prophetically speak it last year.
Yeah.
This is why we create disciplinary practices. This is why we create disciplinary practices of prayer. Why? Because what we're doing right now is going to only affect us. Maybe let's just use September as an example, right? So we pray right now, it affects us in September. We stop praying in June. What happens to October? We stop praying in July. What happens to December? We stop praying in August. What happens to January? Then September, we definitely not going to pray because that's when the blessings are going to hit. We don't understand how prayer works. We don't understand how these different aspects of spiritual realm works. And that's why there's a lot of people who will leave the covering, right? And then start getting blessed. And in their mind,
Wow.
Come on.
in their mind, oh, I'm starting to get blessed because I left the covering.
Wow. Wow. That's good.
Not realizing that there's a pullback about to happen. And this time you have no foundation. And this time you don't have anything holding you. This time you don't have anything covering you. This time you don't have anything making you. This time you don't have a community that's sharing in the suffering that you're about to endure. Because we don't understand spiritual things. This is why 1 Corinthians 12 says, let us not be ignorant in spiritual things. We think, oh, when I leave and then blessings start to happen, oh, I know why that blessing happened. As soon as I left, look what happened. This is what happened to Saul. Saul, his anointing was removed and it took him over 30 years to realize it.
Wow. Come on. That's good.
Because we're not understanding that whatever we're doing, it won't affect us for another couple of months. We don't conjure up things. God says, do not become weary in doing good, because in the right season, it will reap a good harvest. We don't know the effects of what we're doing. This is why our prayer life and our discipline must be maintained at a steady. This 30 days wasn't about us. Wasn't only about us getting closer together, which we did. Wasn't only about us, checking something off a checklist. I remember one time back in the day when I was really on fire for God. I hate when Christians say that. Like I had a pastor friend who was like, man, I remember when I was on fire for God like that. You're a pastor. What do you
Right.
What I hear people say, oh, when I was a new believer. If your best days as a Christian is as a new believer, you're not growing. I pray I don't go back to when I was a new believer. I was lost. I was getting scraps. My bottle was small. I had a bottle cap faith. Anything could fill me up. But as my capacity grew, it's not I was more on fire back then. It was easier to feel me back then.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Come
good.
on. That's good.
Anything could feel me. You play Oceans, I'm laid out.
Yeah.
You play any Hillsong song, I'm laid out. You play my favorite Creole hymn, I'm laid out. I'm crying. Some people still think they're spiritual when they're really just bottle caps. It's just easier for you to get filled. No, the reason why me as a leader, I have to grow is because I have 5 kids who are under me, who their capacity is growing at an alarming rate. It's like God is just blowing up one huge balloon, and I have to make sure that my capacity is big enough to fill them.
That's good.
So guess what? I might not cry to Oceans anymore. You're gonna have to do a little bit more than that. I might not be able to just pray for 12 minutes anymore. You're gonna have to do a little bit better than that. Why? Because I got kids, and they hungry. And I gotta feed them spiritual food. And if I'm not careful, I'll find myself in a place where in one season I'm reaping the benefits, and I'm like, yo, everybody's looking at me like, Pat, how did you just preach 18 strong messages off the top of your head for 21 days straight? Can I tell you that's because there was a time last year I was studying?
Come on.
And if I'm not careful,
So good.
I'm not gonna be able to feed you guys at a later date because you guys are no longer bottle caps.
Come on. This is really good.
You guys are no longer bottle cap. Like, it's like, how are you able to keep the intention of 20 pools? Can I tell you, at some point, at some point, you got to become a river. At some point, you got to become unlimited. At some point, you got to be able to sustain yourself. But guess what? If you're a river, you got to have the discipline to sustain the river.
Come on. Jesus.
I could fill up 20 pools. I could fill up 30 pools. I'll probably start drying out at 50 pools. I don't know. But God's saying, you know what? I'm going to develop a prayer life for you to start filling up 100 pools. You're trying to figure out how these churches are operating with 15,000, 20,000 people. I promise you I could fill up 20,000 bottle caps.
Oh. That's good.
God says, I didn't call you to bottle caps. I called you to rivers.
Come on.
I can't just prepare a year's worth of sermons because that's not going to feed you guys. I literally got to get it directly from the throne room. As I'm talking, I'm feeding. As I'm talking, he's like, Pat, how you writing? I'm writing and I'm writing and saying it at the same time. Not because I'm trying to boast, but I'm trying to tell y'all that there's a certain level that you get to where you're not going to be able to fulfill the capacity that God has for you because of your lack of discipline.
Come on.
Yeah, that's good.
Come on.
It's good now, but when God starts to pull back and starts to expose your foundation, he's going to show you exactly what it is that you've been doing that's been causing you to do the things that's going on. This ain't the first church that you went to that you was rebellious. This ain't the first church you went to that you had an instinct to really dive in and try to learn everything that you can. This is not the first church you've been to that you try to become a star. This is not the first church that you've been to that you try to adopt your own religious practices into what we're doing over here. This is not the first church that you went to where you were just in it to build. You just needed a dad, and this place it has a dad that's ready and accessible. This is not the first place that God sent you to that told you to be planted in. I would be a fool if I was a leader that thought this was the first place that God sent you. No. But what happened? What happened is when God pulled back and said, "Let's start working on this," you ran. Can I tell you, Life Church is no different from any other church? You're going to do the exact same thing you did over here. I mean, over there, over here. If you don't develop the disciplinary understanding to understand that sometimes God pulls back waves and sometimes God hits you with waves.
Whoa, that's good. Come on. Oh my God. That's so
That there's
good.
going to be a season that there's a lot of people, and I was using Ashley as an example of this. Why? Because Ashley, for those of you guys who don't know, me and Ashley had 2 months of conversation, probably 3 months since December. It was about December all the way to about February, maybe mid-February or whatever, where Ashley was talking to me about leaving the church. Ashley will tell you. And January was even harder. Then somewhere around, and she'll tell you, each one of those times I said, well, if you gotta leave, Ash, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, there's no love lost. I'm gonna love you regardless. There's no love lost. You know what I'm saying? And then she finally made her decision. She said, you know what? I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stick it out. I'm gonna stay here. I said, you sure? She said, yeah, I'm sticking it out. I'm staying here.
Thank God.
Can I tell you, March, she came back to me and she said, yo, thank God that I stayed.
Oh.
Thank God that I stayed. That she was actually praising God. She's like, yo, why? Because in the pullback season, God was revealing the antiness. God was revealing the aspects about her. And us as leaders, we have to be strong enough to cover that. We have to be strong enough to not get swayed by that. We got to be strong enough to say, you know what? If that's what you're gonna do, I'm still gonna love you through it. I'm not gonna manipulate you. I'm not gonna force you to stay. I'm not gonna tell you you're ugly if you leave. None of that stuff. You know what? I'm just gonna.
It's coming out.
I'm not gonna tell you any of that stuff, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna love you through all that stuff.
Yeah.
And regardless of the fact, what ended up happening, she stayed and she's like, yo, thank God. Why? Because if she would have left during the pullback, she would have missed the second wave.
Come on.
There's a lot of you guys in January or February, there was a lot of confusion that was happening in the church. There was a lot of things going on, and a lot of you guys were just saying, yo, I just don't know what's happening. I don't know where we stand. I don't know what we are doing. And God was like, yeah. What do you want me to do? You wanted me to just cover it up with blessings?
Mm.
Come on.
Why?
Talk
If I
about it.
don't reveal this thing, I can't heal this thing.
Talk
Come
about it.
on. Come on.
But a lot of people, they would confuse God's attempt at healing with God's judgment.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I would actually say they just have a familiar notion of what judgment is, because judgment is God saying that He wants to heal us. That's His final judgment with us. When you know God's character, you know that His final judgment is to bless us, not to harm us, but to give us a hope in the future.
That's so good.
So a lot of churches, they close down when God reveals.
Mm.
When God is simply just saying, I need the ability to reveal iniquity so that I can heal it.
Come on.
But people leave because God reveals to heal. But they leave because they think God's judging to kill.
Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
Come on.
Come on, Dad. Come on.
He's revealing to heal, but you think He's judging to kill.
Reveal.
Well, this church is going to go downhill. This church is going to go through fire. I hope the church goes through fire. I hope the church gets purified.
Come
I hope
on.
the church gets judged by God. Why? Because God's judgment is for the preservation of His children. God wants to hit us with waves, but He also wants to pull us back so we don't get destroyed by the waves. So God is saying, I'm going to pull you back, and I know it's going to be ugly. I know a lot of people cannot handle the pullback. Can I tell you, a lot of people are not going to be able to handle the pullback of God showing what's inside of you.
Ooh.
Jesus.
So all you're going to do is you're going to leave and go to a church and hide. Why? Because if God actually revealed what's in your heart, the church wouldn't want you.
Jesus.
So now you got to play the game. Now you got to play religious. Now you got to play the part. Why? Because you cannot handle going to a church where God's going to reveal. If something is not right in me,
Oof.
God's gonna reveal it. That
Jeez.
should secure you.
Mm.
That
Mm.
I can't do nothing. That I did something in August and it was revealed by November.
Jesus.
Come on.
God is so on my life that God said, I'm not gonna let you go through this longer than 4 months. God's so on my life. He's like, no, that's it. Right then, I'm like, God, come on, you could have gave me some more time. More time means more iniquity.
It costs too much.
Exactly.
Come on.
One day in God's eyes is like 1,000 years.
Ah, oh my gosh.
Why? Because what you do right now is going to impact you later on. God says, if I made you go longer than 4 years, guess what? Your whole next year, end of the year, would have been suffered.
Oh.
He said you would probably gone through 3 or 4 or 5 years of suffering simply because you didn't allow me to reveal. I said, God, reveal. If you want to reveal it, reveal it. I know I might have to go through some stuff, but you got to reveal it.
Jesus.
People are so afraid of God's judgment, and God's judgment for his children is to heal, not to kill.
Mm.
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 You
Jesus.
cannot be afraid of the pullback. You cannot be afraid when God starts to reveal your iniquity. You cannot be afraid when God starts to reveal what's really going on in your heart. His intent is to heal.
Jesus. Oof.
So you might be in this room and you're going through something and you're like, yo, I don't want to share it with Patrick. I don't want to share it with the 5. I don't want to share it with the church. I'm just going to go to my friends over here and share it with it. And God's like, no, reveal it. Because when you reveal it, then the church can heal it.
Oh, Jesus.
God's letting things come out, but you're trying to hide those things. It's literally like when you're throwing up and you're trying to, I don't want nobody to see me throw up. So, and you just run away to find some place to throw up. God's like, no, let it out. Because I'm trying to heal it.
Jesus.
We don't want our financial situation to be exposed. God says the moment you let your financial situation be known, the church can cover it.
Jesus.
Mm.
We don't want our masturbation or our porn issues to be exposed. God says the moment you expose it, I'll heal it.
Come on.
And thank God he put us in a safe environment to properly heal.
Mm.
Jesus.
Because the other churches' platforms, I'm not talking about all churches are not like that, but the other churches' platforms of their version of healing is like a Catholic church where we gotta put you on the wall and we gotta give you lashes in your back. Can you believe there's some churches that say Patrick has to pay for his sins? What? Who says that? They're upset because I don't look like I'm suffering.
The Church of Armageddon.
Yeah. Say it. Oh man.
Get it.
They're actually upset because I don't look like I'm suffering.
Come on now.
When in reality, it's not the fact that I don't look like I'm suffering. I just have the intel that you should have had when God says, I'm only judging to heal, not to kill. And I'm going to take that and say that that's the joy that I'm going to have. Why? Because the Bible says he chastises those he loves.
Jesus.
Dang.
If God left me in my sin for a year, I would have thought he don't love me.
Jesus.
Mm.
Mm.
I don't care.
Shoot.
So God said, no. These things got to be revealed. The devil was like, no. Hide those things. Conceal those things. If you don't let those things out, people aren't going to leave. I mean, if you let those things out, people are going to leave. If you let those things out, people are not going to love you. If you let those things out, you know you hate loneliness. You know you hate rejection. They're going to reject you all over the place. You're not ready for that. So just conceal those things. God
What
will
the
always have better
heck? Why you gotta chop like this?
Just chopping myself.
Oh man.
God wants to reveal those things.
Mm.
God wants to reveal those things. I make it. This is why I make it so easy to tell me stuff. You don't understand the crazy thing. Oh my God! If I was a therapist, I would probably kill myself. The crazy things that I hear people saying.
Yo.
The crazy things that I hear people talk about. The crazy things that people come and confess to me. And I literally got to just look at them. Yeah, go and send them more.
Yo.
Facts.
If it's
Facts.
not I see a demon in my closet, or you know, I see I wanna fight somebody, or you know, I want to go watch porn, or it was not any other. It's literally all the craziest things you could think of.
LOL.
Yeah.
But I gotta be just as responsible as I am with the pullbacks that I am with the waves hitting. And I love the message Kiara preached on the 80-20%, because that's literally the basis behind all it takes is 20% for somebody to leave a church.
Yeah.
All it takes is for God to reveal 20% of what's actually wrong. I'm like, thank God he only revealed 20%. I think that's the only thing that's wrong with this church.
LOL.
Thank God. But God reveals things to us as a community so that we can deal with things.
Come on.
Not so that we can run away and hide and close the church. If we close the church, what happened on Sunday would have never happened.
Come on.
What happened the Sunday before that? And the Sunday before that? And the Sunday before that?
It's been getting better.
God's hand is on. What happened in 18 this year would have never happened. This 30 days would have never happened. Lives would not be changed. All the people we evangelized to would never been evangelized to. All the things that we've done thus far, just practicing, would have never happened. Because people understand that God's judgment is to heal. If God wants to judge me, God judge me. If I'm deemed unrighteous, what's the conclusion?
Jesus. Wow.
If I'm deemed impure, guess what? Make me pure. If I'm deemed unclean, guess what? Make me clean.
Jesus. Wow.
If I'm deemed a leper, make me whole. If I'm deemed paralyzed, make me walk. If I'm deemed blind, God's healing here on earth was only a representation of what his judgment is like in heaven.
Wow.
Wow.
God's not trying to judge you to kill. It might feel like it.
Jesus.
It might feel like it. It might feel like he's stabbing and stabbing and stabbing, but he's not stabbing, he's pruning. When God prunes, it feels like he's killing you, but he's cutting off things on you that aren't supposed to be there. Things on you that are disenabling you from producing life.
He's not stabbing, he's sculpting.
Ooh, I like that too.
That's good.
He's not stabbing, he's scoping.
Jesus.
Sculpture. We gotta stop this notion in our head that God's pullback is because he doesn't love us. This is why David said, I don't care if I'm in the valley. You with me.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
And you're leading me to green pastures.
Come on, Jesus.
Can I tell you that green pastures has an expiration date? So God's gonna lead you to another pasture.
Come on.
You want manna that's gonna last you forever, and God says, no, my manna is gonna be for a day. My man is gonna give you a day. Give us this day our daily bread.
Ah. Oh, wow.
We want Pastor Doug's like, if God just gave me $1 million, then why you want manna forever? Give us this day our daily bread.
Come on.
What kind of life would you live if every single day you woke up with exactly how much you need for the day?
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Rent's due today, you got no money in your account, you wake up, exact amount for rent. All right, there you go. Give us this day our daily bread. But we get swept away because our foundation is on, I want manna forever. Let me save my manna. Let me save let me save the food that I have. And God's like, yo, don't you see I could make water come from rocks? What he said, there's a bunch of people who are around you that look like stones, and all it takes is one prophetic word and they're gonna bless you.
Wow.
That's so good.
There's a bunch of people who look like they're not receiving anything that you're saying, and all it takes is one prophetic word and they're gonna flow.
Jesus.
You're surrounded by rocks. All it takes is one obedient word to speak to one. You're mad at your sister because your sister looked like a rock right now, and you don't understand that today's rock is tomorrow's river flow.
Yes, Lord. I received that.
So the devil creates enmity between you and your sister. Why? Because he understands if I can get you away from all these rocks,
Wow.
Jesus.
he wants to create enmity between you and your parents, because if I can get you away from all these rocks,
Wow. That's crazy.
all God needs is one rock. He said, if I can get you away from all these rocks. That's why he want to get you away from your husband. That's why he want to get you away from your wife. That's why he want to get you away from your kids. Because if I can get you away from any of these rocks, lest you prophesy and a river flows from there.
Wow.
People look at me and say, yo, Pat, your church is full of rocks.
They just don't know.
On this rock, I will build my church.
You
God.
better.
On this rock, I will build my church.
Come on.
I know Evanel don't look like much, but I mean, prophesy to him, watch what happens. I know Kiara don't look like much, but watch me prophesy to her and see what happens. I know Ashley and Olivia and Jean don't look like much, but watch me prophesy to these rocks.
Come on.
My God.
Yeah. See, Ramasi.
Moses prophesied to one rock, it fed people. Letting the waves pull you away from your rocks. Stop letting the waves pull you away from the rocks. It doesn't matter what your church looked like. It matters, are you someone who can speak? But we allow the blessings of God. We allow when things are going extremely good in our life, or when things are going extremely bad in our life, to deter us. And guess what? Life is full of trouble. There's always going to be a pullback, and there's always going to be another wave. What am I supposed to do as a leader? If we're all going to come together and put our heads together as leaders, what am I supposed to do with this formula that I was given as a church leader? You're going to lose people when you bless them, and you're going to lose people when the wave pulls back. How do you build on that? You build on that when you learn discipline. You build on that when you learn how to teach people, regardless of if God hits or if God pulls back, you are still favored by him.
Come on. Wow, Jesus.
We get
Wow.
so antsy. We get so much anxiety. We go crazy off of the pullbacks and the waves. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I got this problem. 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 I don't care how much problems you have. Let God reveal.
Mm.
Let him heal. Let God reveal. Let him heal. Let
Jesus.
God reveal. Let him heal. You got to just trust the process. Let God reveal. Let him heal.
Jesus.
But we have a lot of people who, from one healing, they're gone. Matter of fact, according to 90% of the people who live churches healed will leave. Only 10% will stay. How do we know? Gene gave the story, or I don't know, but one of y'all one of the five gave the story about
Yeah,
the
who's
10
Gene?
lepers who Jesus said, "Hey, go show yourself to the priest," and only one came back and honored Jesus. We got to put in our mind mentally. We got to put in our mind mentally that we might speak to 7 rocks. I mean, we might speak to 10 rocks, but we might only drink from one.
Jesus.
Okay. Noted.
No, when was Peter Soul?
We might speak to 10 rocks, but we might only drink from one. And I cannot be mad at the 9 that I didn't drink from. Why? Because the 1 is enough for me.
Yeah. The one is enough for everyone.
Matter of fact,
Come on.
if I made a discipline to speak to 10 rocks per day and only got blessed from 1 rock.
Wow.
Wow.
365 rocks by the end of the year.
And if I'm in a community of people who understands this formula and everybody's doing 365, by the end of this year, we're probably reaching about 100,000 or so.
Wow.
If we all stay committed, if we all stay focused, if we all stay structured and disciplined at what we're doing. But no, there's always going to be something that's going to stop us. There's always going to be a blessing, either a relationship, money, car, house, job, something. It's always something that pulls us away. And then when that pullback happens, it's always going to be something. I couldn't go to Pat. I felt like leaving the church, but I couldn't tell Pat. I felt like, you know, very sinful. I did something wrong. I can't tell Pat. If I tell Pat, I'm gonna lose my position. I'm gonna lose my. There is no losing a position in this church. Positions in this church is just formality. Everybody's equal.
Come on. Come on. Ooh, you better.
Yeah.
Good.
Just formality. I try to build a church without any positions. Everybody almost went crazy. I don't understand. What do you mean?
There's no hierarchy in the kingdom.
There is. All it is who can receive the most intel, and we're gonna honor whoever received the most intel. That's it. Right now, that's just the 5. At any point, God says, you know what? I'm gonna stop talking to the 5 and I'm gonna start talking to Earlene.
Come on.
Yeah.
God starts talking to Earlene, we listening.
Come on.
Wow.
God starts talking to Daniela, we listening.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
But if Daniela keep letting her intel get contaminated, we're gonna have some questions.
Okay, call me out.
That's all it's not about who's the best, it's about who can hear. The best leaders in the church is somebody who can submit to who the Holy Spirit decides to use.
Come on, talk about it. Talk about it.
That's
You
it.
better talk about it. My God. That was so good.
Holy Spirit said, Pat, I need you to sit out for a season. I'm gonna need you to anoint these 5 people and sit back and watch them work. It's been the best
You better talk about it. You
6
better
months,
talk about it.
almost 6 months of my life.
That man living his best life.
The best life right now. I couldn't imagine it being any better.
Wow.
Dog on vacation.
For
Yeah.
real.
For real.
I don't have to be in church. The present's still falling down. Not to mention what's gonna happen when Cece starts being disciplined.
Let's go.
It's gonna get crazy.
Come on, you better prophesy.
Cece did what she did yesterday with no discipline.
Mm.
What's
Come on,
gonna happen when she become disciplined?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen when she know her identity?
Come on. Let's go.
Let's go, Cece.
We got people operating, and the good thing about doing church from home is I can go to every church, and I sure enough opened the live stream of multiple churches, and I probably could only watch maybe about 5 minutes from them. Before changing.
Just like Jonathan Ferguson right now. Jonathan, it's crazy. Yo, Ooh, I just got
I only watch about 5 minutes of them, and then I turn on live church. I'm sitting over there. I'm like, that's not Cece. I promise you. I said, yo, Cece sounds like Stephanie Gretzinger.
Oh my
God.
Wow.
I said that cannot be Cece. Of course, there's some apostle stuff that I have to look at, and we gotta use some mic stands, and she gotta stop moving around. She did not really walk off the stage in the middle of her set when Olivia was talking. She just go and walk off stage.
You needed water.
Okay, you better stay up there with your throat.
Yeah, that's not professional
We
at
need a water
all,
boy.
You
guys.
better walk off stage like she's
At
already
all.
Beyonce.
I was like, what is
Hold on,
happening?
y'all. What do you
We
mean?
need a
Hold
water
on,
boy.
y'all. We're right in the middle of worship.
Wait, did you guys get it? Have it recorded?
It should be on YouTube.
Bruh,
Yeah, it should be on YouTube, but
that is
it's
the
only
funniest
there's only
thing
access
ever.
to a few amount of people. So it might say this video is private, but if it isn't,
All
I'll
right.
just put a link and
Just
stuff.
mind some of the things, because at one point me and Kiara was trying to set the phone up, and it fell a couple times.
A couple, as in a lot of times. It felt a lot of
Send it
times.
to me so I can edit it.
Wait, the whole time I'm just taking. I felt like when like when we go to Gorology, you always see like Jonathan Ferguson people. They always have their phones in their hand because he's always texting them. They have like a whole group chat, and he's like, "Nah, that's not it. There was no oil on that. All right, do it again." So I was like, I had my phone in my hand. I'm like, "Pat, is it good now?" No, that's not it. I was like, "Dang, bro, go fix it." I'm like, "Is it good? You could hear?" Yeah, that's it. All right. I was like,
Yeah. Listen, I wanted to be in. Listen, and I don't know what Gene was playing, but Gene was playing some space music or something because he was just taking me somewhere else. I was like, "What the heck is this dude playing?" And you see Eminem hair, that boy was playing jump. Now watch this. Go watch our live, see how our musicians play, and then go on the other lives and see how their musicians play. They were like this.
For real.
The only musician I liked was Matt when he was at Cool Church. He was like,
Dead.
I like Matt. You got a lot of rocks to prophesy to, my friend. You got a lot of rocks to prophesy to. But yeah, I was not impressed. And then I was like, yo, you know what? Let me give him the benefit of the doubt, whatever. And I went back and I played the recording of By Faith when Cece performed and Gene performed and Gigi performed. I was like, yo, this is amazing, bro. Like, we got some amazing people, but we're not disciplined. We got some amazing people, but we're not where we need to be in discipline. We have churches that have no oil but discipline.
That's true.
We got oil with no discipline.
Good.
Wow.
And people say, I'd rather 20 people with oil than 100,000. When you ever seen Jesus talk to 20 people?
That's true.
Peter's first sermon was 5,000.
Come on, get the full picture.
Dang, bro.
We say all these religious things to cover the fact that we're not doing what we're supposed to do. No. We're not disciplined. No, we're not disciplined. We got the oil.
Yo, what is it gonna take, my guy? What is it gonna take, bro?
God gotta heal a couple more things. That's why.
That's all it is. When God finally points out the very thing that needs to be healed, everything we're gonna do is gonna be more than 5,000, no less.
Game over.
Let's go.
What happens when God blesses us at that ratio and then pulls back at that ratio?
That's true. Can you handle it?
Can you handle God giving you 5,000 people and then bring you back to 20 people in a year?
Come on.
I'm trying to see if you can get up there and then come back.
Pat, I don't know if you remember, but you prophesied during an A-team about this pullback and about the people leaving. Well, I don't know if you were prophesying.
Yes, I remember that day.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember so clearly. I was
You said you remember that?
Yeah, I prophesied about
Yeah.
the pullback happening.
Let me tell y'all something. I was sitting next to Katrina Amari and I was looking around the church. I was like, man, wow, like I would die if all these people leave and stuff like that. And I was legit like Patrick always does this, yo. He always like prophesies first over himself and then it happens. And I'm like, bruh.
What did he say though? Can someone like quote?
He said specifically, we're gonna go through a season of I think he said pullback, to be honest, or exposing, something like that. Just basically like something's about to happen. Oh, he said something about a wave. I think he said a pullback, yeah. And then he said, I don't know, you guys are probably gonna leave. And then he said it so briefly, but
yeah. Wait, was that when we had the camera?
No.
Is that 18 Georgia?
No.
We
were
in
here.
It
was like in June or something.
It was way before June. It was like April or March 18. It was like when we first started. It was right after ATL.
Oh, so it was the Storm Revelations one?
Really?
Yeah, it was one of those.
Wow. Like it was when we did ETL.
It wasn't my 18 that I did it in.
Was it Matthew's 18?
No,
it wasn't. I think that guy was there for that 18. The one
Antonio?
we met in Georgia. Antonio, was it
the Intimacy with My River 18?
It was probably the one before that. It was probably like one before that.
Yeah, I miss those 18, bro. Great memories.
Don't worry, we are rebuilding. But like I said, what's going to be the difference between that one and the one after? If there's no discipline, if there's no structure in us, if we don't know how to handle pullbacks, if we don't know how to handle waves, so just as fast as God gave us Captain Creek, he took it away.
Right, he took the rug right off of us.
The rug right from under us.
Snatched it. But for good reason.
Trust me, just being vulnerable. I was not in a healthy place mentally after he took away Captain Cook. Like I was like, you see?
You went and got a haircut and everything after that.
I know well.
You too emotionally unstable, and it's true. Depending on how big you think, like I can deal with losing $500. We lost $14,000. Everybody was starting to go downhill. I can already feel the rebellion in the room. You know what I'm saying? And all of these different things. It's strong, bro. Oh,
I'm not gonna lie, that thing revealed a lot of hearts, though.
It did. But this time, as we're learning, as we're growing, you know what I'm saying? It's just coming to a place of knowing if we lose 5,000 people right now, will we be able to sustain it?
Yeah.
Some of y'all looking at these churches and you look at these audience members and there's only like Those churches used to have 6,000 people, and now they're only operating with 150 people, and we laughing at them. But those churches are the churches that understand pullback.
Yeah.
If some of us, if God brought us back down, brought us back down to a certain number, listen, I got in my head, all I need is 5. If God brings me down to the 5, I'm good. Gideon had to go from 30,000 to 300. What happens when God brings you down? What happens when God reveals certain things about you? He literally said, hey, take all them to the river, and based upon how they drink, that's who you're going to choose. Like, what?
And the weirdest thing, slapping like a dog.
That's crazy. That's a prophetic word right there. Based upon how y'all drink, that's how I should determine whether y'all stay in 18.
Wow.
That's a prophetic word right there. But these pullbacks, they're going to happen. And some of us, we were trying to figure out why, and this was the conversation that I had with Marge. Some of us, we try to figure out why God put us in certain positions, and we don't even understand that God put us in certain positions in certain places so that we can make sure that we upholding the standard of what it means to be Life Church in that place. So that we can make sure that we're upholding what it means to be 18 in that place, so that we can make sure that what it means to be a tether in that place. So you'll go and you're talking to somebody who wants to leave the church, and they're starting to be rebellious and different things like that or whatever, and you're like, I don't know why, but God has me connected to this person, and it's not for you to go with them, it's for you to pull them back in.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
But we'll end up going with them thinking, oh yeah, it's because God, whatever. We'll end up letting them pull us out rather than us pulling them back in.
Come on.
Is a fashion a high level of a power in a sense?
What?
A fraction?
So it's like a fashion of power.
No, I would probably say maybe a principality.
Okay.
Because he's trying to create his own territory. Anytime somebody trying to create powers, don't try to create their own territories. Powers would divide the church within the church.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It was good.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're God would literally send you certain places, put you around certain people. They badmouthing Life Church, and yeah, you have your little reservations against Life Church, but you're disciplined. And God was literally like, let me see if you really who you say you are. And like I said, God's gullible. So he's gonna be like, you know what? You know who I can send? I can send Luis, because Luis is gonna come back. And then Luis end up leaving. I could send Olivia, because Olivia is gonna come back. And then Olivia ends up leaving. I could send Erlene, because Erlene No, but it's our job to pull it back.
I saw Erlene get electrocuted.
You're right. The church does have its setback. The church does have it, but you're gonna find that anywhere that you go. Yeah, maybe we should just be disciplined. Maybe we should just wait for the next wave. And that would be a little bit better. Maybe we should just give it a little bit more time, see what's going on. And I'm not talking about there's some people that God just cuts out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the people who literally it's supposed to still be here. The people who still come to church, but they're not coming every week. The people who still under the covering, but they're over there flocking, towards whatever mission or goal that they have. It's our job in the ministry to go back for those lost sheep. I'm not talking about those who abruptly, dishonorably, they want to leave the church, they want to leave the covering. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those who still lingering. That's what I'm talking about. And it's our job to pull those people back and to give them a position, to give them a ring, to give them sandals, to give them a coat, you know what I'm saying, and to cover them and to bring them back into the fold. But if we, as a church, is not careful, we'll get manipulated by the waves.
That's true.
But what was the last thing I said?
We'll get
If we
manipulated.
at a church not
Huh?
careful, if we as a church are not careful, we could get manipulated by the waves.
Yeah, we can get manipulated by the way. What that mean? Right now, the church is going through a lot of success. We're at like a 95% ratio with participation. You know what I'm saying? We're at a very high place as a church when it comes to agreement, same mind, same heart, same intensity. We're at a very high place. You know what I'm saying? And we can look at that and be like, well, we don't need anybody coming back.
Dang.
That's crazy.
God says, I'll leave the 99 for the one.
Come on, talk about it.
Every single time.
Why? Because it's the heart of a pure person to not let their traumas affect them.
Wow.
I don't care how blessed we are. I don't care how much pullback we're experiencing. What you say, Claire?
I said that's a word. I literally was just talking to somebody. I was like, yo, I'm just gonna pull away from a couple of people. And they were like, why? And I was like, because I'm starting to be vulnerable and I don't like that feeling. God knows I hate that feeling. And then even Evano and Olivia was talking about it today. And then you literally just brought it up again. And I was like, okay, let me sit down and shut up.
Learning. But that's what we are. We are called to that. We are called to suffer with people. That was an amazing word yesterday by the five.
Yeah.
She was in her comfortable place or whatever, but to be in a company or to be in companionship, it means to suffer with somebody. I love that. That was just so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're called to. We all have the ability to live comfortable lives on our own, but we're not living fulfilled lives on our own. Our job to go back for those who we know is probably going to persecute us anyways. Like that's not everybody. We're not talking about the people who not there. You know what I'm saying? People who's there. I'm talking about. Matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna limit myself. We talking about everybody. It doesn't matter who it is, whoever this. I don't care how far they are. I don't care what they think they know or whatever. If God's calling them back, they need to come back.
Come on.
We need to be prepared for that. We need to be prepared, and there's not a level. I don't care if we have 5,000 people. 5,000 people come, and then this person comes back. We got to be ready to deal with that. And deal with that in an effective manner. Deal with that without the trauma. I can tell y'all, if it's something about me, I'm vulnerable. And right now, I am traumatized. I'm traumatized. Everybody. I'm just being vulnerable. Marge left for 2 days. I'm traumatized.
Oh.
I don't know. Every day I wake up, I don't know.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
She'll tell you. I just pick up the phone and I call her just to check it. Hello? Hey, Dad. Oh, she's
Still here?
Bye. I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's people, I don't know. Why? It's harder to leave the first time. The second time, it gets easier and easier, So, but we got to stay disciplined and wait for that second wave. And when that wave hits, God's not going to disappoint. He's going to show you did the good thing. You made the right decision. So it's 6:00.
It is.
Hmm? Oh.
I want to talk about where we're going next as a community. Okay, so like now we're at a place where we have the 5, right? So now we're working on 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is what?
25.
25.
Hold on. That's it. So
Yes.
y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, there's an echo.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Now I
You hear me?
Yay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I can talk on this now. Okay. I want to be able to hear y'all too. Yeah. So right now we work on 5. The ideal is just a quick vision of everything that we're doing. And I talked this over with the 5. The ideal is we've divided the church into different phases, right? So let me go up in here. Let me go in here. And let me share my screen. Okay. Hopefully nothing crazy pop up. Let's put this over.
That's funny.
Not in your notes, right?
Not in his notes. He probably have a note. I'm so hurt by everyone in this church. Every day they have me crying.
He has his diary.
Dear diary.
Dear diary.
He's like, I never want anyone to see me vulnerable.
Dear diary, I'm still traumatized.
Listen, I'm scared. I'm done traumatized. What I realize is if y'all leaving, y'all gonna leave anyway. So might as well
Oh,
go out with a bang.
that still sounded like you're hurt, bro. That still
I
came out.
I'm hurt.
That still came out hurt.
I still have my senses, but I'm hurt. Okay, so everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Coolio. Okay, let me just mirror this. Perfect. All right. Zoom is so cool. Okay. So right now we're in a place where we're kind of trying to bring the church into an understandable point and with clarity, right? So with everything clear, we understand. Y'all remember the sermon on complex?
Yeah. Compliment.
I can't hear y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
Does it compliment?
Complex. You remember when we talked about the creation? Every day in God revealed a different complexity in Him.
Mm.
Remember that? Okay, so go back and listen to that, right? So I'm dividing the church.
There's a lot of audio. Can y'all put yourselves on mute if
Okay, so I'm dividing the church into different days, right, of creation. We know in the beginning, God created Live Church, right? Live Church was void, dark, right? Void, dark.
I like this.
Void, dark, and the Spirit of God hovered. Right? Day 1, God created the 5.
My God, we have our own Bible, yo.
Yo.
Crazy.
Hey,
That's
don't
so
say
crazy.
that out loud.
Yeah, let me not.
He said it. It sounded It
Yo.
sounded a little culty for
Yeah, it does.
a little bit.
Little questionable.
Right?
I was like,
First the gummy, now
this is
this.
not our own Bible,
First the
but
gummy, and now
we're
this.
pulling from the Bible, you
That don't
know.
look suspicious.
It's not a Bible.
Remember, you can't spell culture without cult.
Who
Mm.
said that?
Yo, who said that? Who said
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Kiki.
Oh
That
my God.
that gummy
Wow.
changed her life, yo.
Really getting recorded. I love it.
So pay attention, because I'm doing a lot of math here, and some of y'all, you math literate. Okay, so
Ooh, come on, Apostle
so
Pat.
day one, God created 5. All right, what's 5 times 5?
25.
25.
So day
25.
2, God created 25. So right now, if God was creating Life Church, we're only on day 2.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Holy crap. Oh, my bad.
Right?
So you're not day one. It's not like 1 and then 1 times 5 is 5 and then and then 5 times 5 is 25.
Don't say that. Don't say
I'm up
that.
here.
Okay,
Low
in the beginning. Okay, that's you.
In the
lowercase,
beginning.
lowercase G.
What he's trying to say is he's the one that said, "Let us make man in our own."
Oh my God! Stop
Oh.
talking.
Let's leave it
God,
as
God with Pat. There you go, right here.
or God
Right?
you. Pat.
This is so
So
culty right now. So culty. This is so culty, yo.
This is probably the
Alright.
most cult thing we've
Can't
ever
put this on
done. I
YouTube,
love
kid.
it.
just don't upload this one.
I
Yeah.
haven't recorded, bro.
Wait, but send it to me personally though.
I'm gonna crop it. I'm gonna crop it at this point.
Nah.
Olivia said the pullback
Nah,
is
bro,
strong.
just keep it. Bump it.
What she
You
said?
said Olivia said what?
The pullback is strong. Okay. So
She funny.
so if day 2 is 25, what's day 3?
120.
Oh.
Dad,
What's day 4?
125.
Dad, is this the drawing you did on my phone on the diner?
What's day? You just want to add yourself. Okay.
No, bro, because you did the most. That thing's still on my phone. The most weirdest thing. Day 1, day 2, day 3.
I don't have that number. I don't know what that is.
6. I got this like memorized.
Something.
15. Right? No, something's off.
Yeah.
Really off.
What's off? Is it 6?
I can't even see it, to be honest. Oh, never mind. I can zoom in. Oh.
Is that right?
Why don't y'all just use
I'm
a
doing
tab?
this off the top of my head. Is that right?
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's.
This is like really small.
125.
It's 15,625.
Okay, perfect. What's day
So
4?
it's good.
No, it's not.
That's right. 125 times 5 is 625. Times 5.
So this is how it looks, okay? So we're bringing the church into, okay, and day 7.
It was good.
78,125. Jeez Louise.
No, we rested on the 7th day.
Oh, we rest. We rest at 155,625.
I
Wow.
rest. Wow. Okay. I rest. That day he's
Okay.
gonna write on his diary the day I rested.
I rest. All right. So my goal for me specifically is to bring the church here, right? If this continues, that means the 5 goal. If we do this time 5, what's this time 5?
We just said it.
78,125.
Hey, does anybody need $1? We
78125.
can have a new deal.
Yeah, that's right. 78125. No, wait. 78. You sure?
Yeah. I use my calculator.
That's a 5, not an 8.
Because you put the room 15, 6,
78, 125. Yeah.
7, 8.
Not 75. 78, 125.
78125.
All right. So this is a proper layout
Oh, there's a
of,
pattern with the numbers.
Yes.
right? You see it, right? Good.
Mhm.
So, and then one more is what?
Something that's the 6.
$390,625. So
All right.
390,625.
So y'all goal is to bring the church here. The 5 goal is to bring the church here.
We're never
Get
gonna
it?
rest.
What you say?
Don't speak over this church like that.
So when
There will be a generation that never tastes
For
it.
5 and 390
I know that's
is just
charisma.
25.
I'm not even looking. I know that's charisma.
But you know, it gets easier the more people though.
Yeah. So it's literally 5 to 5. So this is what y'all looking at right now. This is y'all goal. So if all
90,000.
goes well, you know, day 9, y'all should have this, right? Because this day we're gonna be partying. Okay, so
You're so silly.
right now we're here, okay, and the structure that I've set for here, we're on day 2, and I'm making this clear because I want everybody to understand what we're doing. I heard a quote yesterday, that ignorance brings chaos, not knowledge. So some people, they're afraid to reveal things to people because they're afraid that it's going to bring more chaos. When in reality, the thing that brings clarity, or the thing that takes away chaos, is actually if people actually knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I want to bring some clarity into what God's been showing me over the past during these prayers, and what He's been requiring of us, right? So right now we're with the 5. So we understand who the 5 is, right? That's Evanel. That's Kiara.
You stop sharing your screen?
No.
You just have to go to the part where it's only me. Okay. Evanel, Kiara. There's Jean. There's Ashley. There's Olivia. Right? And then that's right. And then we have the 25. Let's go with
Hi, how are ya?
Dana. Sorry. Guys, if I spell your name wrong, don't be mad at me. Let's go with Christine. Let's go with Erlene. Why is some of them not going further? Sorry, I have Erlene. Let's go with David. And let's go with Delina. Right? So who am I missing? Nobody? Okay, let's go.
Emily.
Everybody? As in me?
I'm showing y'all groups. Y'all not listening.
Oh. You're putting us in groups.
You said, who am I missing? I'm missing you.
Let's put Marge
Get
here.
anyone for that one. That one.
Let's put Hernandez here. Come on, Hernandez. Why your name gotta be so long?
I knew I was gonna
Just
ask.
not Des.
Too late. Let's do. Put the queen with the king.
Wow.
Oh, that's cute.
Put Zendania. I'll give you Eric.
Wow.
That's my brother's name, technically.
Eric?
Yeah, his name is actually Eric. So that's kind of interesting. God's trying to tell me something.
All right.
Just the tone of
Daniela.
Emily's voice.
I spell your name right, Daniela?
Are there 2 L's?
1 L?
2 L's.
I put 2
Okay,
L's.
yeah, you got it. You got it.
Uh-oh. All right, Emily, my bad. I'll put you here.
Yeah.
Put Anthony here. Who goes good here? Have anybody talked to Mara?
Yeah.
What she's doing with her life?
Yeah. You guys need to have a conversation.
We need to have a conversation.
Yeah. You guys need to have a conversation.
About what?
She's still in February. She's still confused. Well, she didn't have that you know, she wasn't plugged in with us. So she doesn't have that like sense of community yet. So she's still in that.
Ew.
I love how Emily said she's still in February.
I'm still in February.
Let's put her here.
Wow. Oh.
Y'all saying wow.
I like that.
Let's put Luis here.
Oh, fire.
Right.
I'd be so freaking lost.
Don't worry.
It's
It's funny how you be lost and you have a teaching anointing on you. It is. All right.
You didn't explain it. You didn't explain.
Let's put Belle here.
Wow. I'm starting to see a pattern.
You put the worship together.
Oh snap! That's the whole worship team right there.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's interesting. I didn't know I did that.
Yeah.
Missing from the worship team.
Yeah. Wait, no.
Yeah, like, they're at 5, so you wouldn't count. All right. Let's put Claire here. This would be interesting.
Wow.
High
Why are you
exhorters.
putting all the exhorters on one team?
Dude, I was just about to say that.
Exactly.
I was just about to say that.
Oh, that would be nice. So they can bump heads. All of them can bump heads.
You didn't put
I'm
nobody
the
with
prophet of prophet. I'm the prophet of prophet.
We'll mellow out everyone.
You didn't put no fourth person for the first team.
Let's put Krishna here.
Mm-hmm.
That's better, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it-
Yes.
No. There's a T. There's a T.
This dude, I don't know. This is my favorite group right here.
Oh.
This is my faith, hope, and love right here. So I need two more to match them. I need two dudes.
Charisma. Esther.
I see her own group.
Gigi.
Where's
Oh.
Herodina?
That's so funny that you put her
Where's
there.
Last time I remember, she's in school right now.
Was she in church yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a R after the A.
Yeah, she
The
just be
what?
leaving with her.
There's an R right there.
A what?
R.
L.
R.
Oh.
R, not L. R.
There you go.
Like that?
L.
Yeah.
No, it's not Harold. It's Gerardina.
So
What?
it's like this.
Yeah. That's it.
Right?
It's Herardins. Everyone will type it in the chat.
Let's do.
I don't think there's no more boys to put, unless you want to count the newcomers today.
Nah.
Who's Violet?
Just to cut off. Yo, it would be so crazy. She's a singer, bro.
Watch.
So mad. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to take away her from the worship. Yeah, I'm trying to break this worship pattern. And the next day, you know,
Dana, Gael, and Daniela are dancers.
Daniela is a dancer. Dana, you can dance.
Yeah.
Dana's a dancer?
Yeah.
Dad, why you gotta say it like that?
Oh.
They
Let's
are
put charisma.
dancers.
I need somebody who has a little balance.
I was like, dang, am I like being kicked out officially? Okay.
What, you thought I forgot about you?
You always. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Let's put Christelle here. I just don't like calling her.
I'll be talking to her.
Just don't answer.
Christelle.
Oh, Christelle. She came to church yesterday. She was in the youth and then she took them off.
Cece's sister, Christelle?
No.
No.
I just don't know.
She went to the Georgia trip with us.
Oh.
Light skin with Sister Locks.
Oh, what about Ashanti? Ashanti connected, right? No. She got a church. Never mind. Wasn't she part of 18?
All right, let's put Webb here.
Bro, this
Weber.
group is really interesting right now.
There you go. Yeah.
That's good?
Yeah.
All right, let me put this as a bold and an underlining. So these are the leaders of these groups.
Wow.
You're just redirecting 4X.
It's 5X now.
So this the new core?
From the elite group?
This is the new core?
Yeah, I thought y'all knew what it was because everybody was like, "Oh, that's a good pick." Ah.
All right, let me tell you why I chose them, right? So the way that the 5 is chosen based upon what Olivia was teaching on. I remember what Olivia is teaching on, the fivefold ministry.
Yeah.
The fivefold ministry is God's balance scale, right? So you have Evanel. Evanel is more like a pastor, right? That's his anointing. Kiara is more like an apostle.
Mm.
This is how I chose them, by the way. Jean is more like a teacher.
Yeah.
Ashley is more like a prophet.
Yeah.
And Olivia is more like evangelist, right?
Oh.
Dang, I was off, bro. Like Kiki and Jean. They're very much alike. Jean and Kiki.
Right? If y'all want to know the difference, this is how I scale them, okay? I scale them based upon what their primary thought process is like, okay? I don't try to change people. I try to just make them better versions of themselves, more complete versions of themselves. Also kind of understand each other, right? Everybody's keeping up, right?
Yes.
So Everdell's mindset is mainly on fun. And
you know it.
Hanging out, all right? So you gotta have this guy. If you don't have this guy here, then it's gonna be trouble because all y'all gonna do is just do
argue.
Bible
The party.
Talk about business.
Let's go to Dave and Buster's. I don't know what y'all talking about. You know, that's Evan.
Yeah, he's he's a balancer.
Kiara is like the job of an apostle is to balance people out. Okay.
Facts.
So,
that is so Kiki.
Yes.
So as an apostle, if I go to one of my churches, right, and I go over there and they're praying all day long, praying, it's my job as an apostle to say, let's go to the beach. Like apostles are typically counter what the excessiveness of that church is. So if I see too many people, everybody exhorting, I'm gonna tell everybody sit down. If I see everybody sitting down, I'm gonna bring those people who are sitting down into exhorting places. So we're kind of just like balancers, you know what I'm saying? Like if I see somebody who talks too much, I'm gonna tell them shut up. If I see somebody who's quiet, I'm gonna be like, yo, more talking. You know what I'm saying? Kind of not to punish, but to kind of balance out because I want everything to be balanced. So apostles typically have to be balanced in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Very well balanced, very well versatile, and what they do, not just about one thing, but they kind of can move and maneuver throughout things. Okay, so Kiara, she can have fun, but she can also teach and prophesy, and so she kind of can balance the room. You know what I'm saying? And all of them can do all of this. I'm just saying their primary mental function. You know what I'm saying? So Kiara's always going to try to balance the room. So if everybody's not hanging out, if everybody's hanging out with this person, she's not going to hang out with that person. If everybody's not hanging out with this person, she's going to go hang out with the person that everybody's not hanging out with. You know what I'm saying? That type of balance system. Jean is pretty self-explanatory, always teaching.
Yes.
Always teaching. All right. That's how you typically. These are like psychological profiling of these different offices. Okay? The prophetic is what would I give as a psychological profile of the prophetic?
Always speaking something.
What? Always speaking gems.
No, I don't think gems.
They always say something like, "Oh my God."
They be checking.
Yeah.
Always cracking jokes.
That's true.
She's always shocked by what comes out of her mouth.
Yeah, I like that. It has to be something with her mouth. She's always like this, but it's different from not always teaching. She's always encouraging, maybe.
I was gonna say like her heart is very connected, like it's very, in the hidden place with God. Like she sees what others don't.
She knows how to open and close.
She gets to see.
Where's Ashley, man?
Ashley,
I'm here. I hear you.
Talk about herself.
She could come and say the right thing.
I hear everybody.
No, she's always talking about the future.
The first book she ever read was Jeremiah.
I thought y'all was gonna say always crying. I was like, yep, that's
Actually,
Oh, that's the first thing that I was gonna say. That's
that
the
was
first thing I
key
was.
too. Me too, bro.
That was key.
Oh, what
Okay,
about
always?
you always
I was
get
gonna
it
say
first?
emotional.
Jeremiah.
What
You
about
said
you
always
always?
getting
I
hurt.
always,
I
I
said
always get it
emotional.
first. I said first, not hurt.
Okay.
You always, I always
Discerning the
get it
room.
first. Like I always, like if
Oh,
whatever is there, I always get here first. Got it you.
but you can't measure that though. It's
Oh my
true.
goodness.
It's very true, but you can't measure it,
What, discerning the room?
huh?
She be checking people. All right, I think it's time to shut down. All right.
We just check. That's
Okay, so the job of a prophet in a biblical sense is they are the tenders of the ground, right? So in this situation, the apostle is the one that kind of like, if we talk about gardening, right? The apostle is the one who kind of gives the layout. Okay, you know what? We have too many roses. Let's plant some tulips. All right, the tulips goes over here. The roses go over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's add some more sunlight over here. Let some more water flow over here. Right? That's the job of an apostle. The job of a prophet is more so the tender of the ground. So they're the ones who's kind of opening and closing people up. You know what I'm saying? So like the ground, if the ground's hard, they're the ones with the stick and the rake, kind of softening the ground. You know what I'm saying? So they're more like, yeah, it's people that open
Correction.
people up.
Correction.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
I dumbed
Correcting.
that the other day, so yeah, makes sense.
You said what? Oh, correction.
Makes sense.
Where?
So let's put.
Oh, it's coming out of
ground.
y'all. It's coming out of everybody today. Okay.
Right. And then you have Olivia.
Always
What's this one?
inviting
Always
people.
fishing.
Fisherman.
Always fishing.
Yeah.
She does it so
Whether she's
naturally.
fishing for gossip or she's fishing for. Okay. So
my God.
there she is fishing for something to be offended about. All right. So let's go with, okay. So now that we have that, right? Let's qualify these people. What y'all think? Dana, based upon this qualification, Dana would be what?
Just balance.
Fisher.
Huh?
I would say
Is
balance.
this relating to the 5?
Yeah.
I say fishing.
Fishing.
You think so?
What?
Yeah.
You don't think
So
the
E.
linear? What?
Oh, I'm asking. I'm just talking. Oh my God.
Oh, not you. Sorry.
I would see Dana as either an evangelist or
Nice. I didn't think of it like that, but I see it. I like it.
Think of it like what?
Her being an evangelist.
Yeah, maybe you could put E. There you go.
Nah, I think Dana has a pastoral anointing.
Yeah,
That's
I think that's
stereo.
fitting. I do.
Not at all. To
I
me,
thought she was
I think
balanced.
she's E.
I think she's
You
eating.
never want to have one.
That's what
She's
I'm saying.
always
Her and
fishing.
Delenia is tripping me up right now. That's what it is.
I
Never
think
Okay, so let's put it, I would say in between this and this,
And
right?
teaching.
Okay.
She does always be teaching.
So basically, this is basically like personality traits.
Yeah, she's like if Jean and Olivia had a baby.
Yes. Oh my God. Why? Why, Dad? Why?
What do you say?
All
What do
right.
you say?
So we're gonna based upon the rest of the group, right? So what would CC be?
Prophet.
That was hard. So let's put CC as the prophet of the group.
A dumb
Arlene?
didn't see that.
I really
Prophet.
think Arlene would be
Ooh.
prophet.
I think Earlene would be a pastor.
No, pastor.
Earlene loves having fun and hanging out.
Cece's
I
very
don't see that.
Cece's very
You don't see that?
balanced, yo. Cece's very
Yeah.
balanced. She would
Okay,
be a,
what y'all said for Arlene?
I really
I
think
think she's pastor.
I think
So,
Arlene
yeah,
would have been a prophet, to be honest.
definitely.
All right, so
Put
let's
put PR
what's
and
R for?
PA. Prophet and pastor. Both of them start with P.
I was gonna put S.
That's why he's a teacher, bro.
PP.
PR.
Wait, what's that? Prophet?
Oh, that's the
okay.
recessive trait.
I was thinking that was pastor.
Nah, just leave it as S for shepherd. That's a whole nother letter. So you don't get confused.
So I would say
I could see Earlene being a pastor.
Balance.
Yeah.
don't think-
Y'all don't remember that sermon she gave? They forgot the sermon.
Yeah, I can
Standing
see
on your
that's a
wallet. Bruh, I'm
But
sorry. I would
preaching is
never
the
do
job of the evangelist, though.
nah.
I think she's balanced because with different people, she everything.
I think she's an evangelist, yo. Y'all need to see her in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
definitely.
an evangelist. I saw it. Yeah,
See her in the gym.
it hasn't come out yet.
Right. So that means evangelist spot is taken. But she can, I mean, I would say prophet too.
I'm telling you, she's a prophet. Cece's
Yo,
very
Earlene is like
balanced.
3 things in one, bro.
No, Cece's very
What
balanced,
about
yo.
David?
I think he's an apostle. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
I think he's pastor.
Yeah, I feel like David's
He's a pastor.
Oh, that's true.
So somebody said shepherd. Somebody said apostle, right?
I think he's shepherd. Remember he talked about how he led
Don't do it.
how he led the flock of his football team?
shepherd,
Bobby
yeah.
Boucher in the fourth quarter. That's the funniest line ever.
Kilenia.
Okay. Delania. Did I spell it right?
Yeah, you did actually. I love you for that.
The lady is EMP to me. No, ENA.
Yes.
ENA.
I think she gives me shepherd vibes. Melania.
Did you put S for shepherd?
Yeah, I would see her being a pastor.
Yeah, I think that was something.
Yes, and she's always trying to go out, bro.
Yeah. Yes. That's Delania, bro.
Yo, let's go get some.
Let's go to Chili's, Delania. What you doing right now?
Yeah, that's true.
She's a party girl.
Let's
Delania
leave
always
David.
want to go to Chili's.
All right, so we got a good list, right?
Yeah.
So they all know their functions, right? So that
This
means
makes so much sense now.
each of these groups have to be balanced as well. So let's do this group first. What Gael would be?
Gael an apostle.
Gaia is an apostle. For sure, yo. She's an apostle.
What Daniela would be?
She's a prophet.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wait, why I said that? I'm not gonna lie.
Those tongues, yo. Those tongues. Prophet.
Oh, yeah.
Those tongues. Come on, guys.
Oh no, she might be an evangelist too.
What Mark would be?
An evangelist.
How?
Nah.
Teacher.
I think she'll be an evangelist. You're so bold. You have a personality.
I don't see that.
What I see.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
see that. No,
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do see that.
What I teach.
What I teach, though.
Can someone toss the vision? I don't see. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Just let me. Where's Esther?
Look at the thing. Fun hanging out. That's it.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah.
It makes sense why I connect with Emino a lot now.
Look,
fun,
What you mean I
hanging
come
out,
for Evernote? I come for Gene.
and
Gene
always
Evernote.
willing to give rides. How about that?
That is
Oh.
so me and Evanel. That is so
I don't know about the willing part. They'll do it.
yeah,
You know.
that is true sometimes.
Ooh,
I'm not talking about Evan. I'm just talking about Mark.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. Let's
Marge,
be honest.
Mark.
Marge
She'll
right
do
to
it,
everybody.
but will she be
Here's
willing?
the thing.
Marge always say
Mm.
yes.
That's charisma.
I believe it.
Yeah, that is charisma too.
Yeah, that's
charisma.
charisma.
Is watching the
And
mouse wander over to her neck.
That's also. Now think about it. It's also Aaron.
All right, let's put an S here. Charisma don't be having fun though.
oh wow, thank you.
He don't. That's why
I
I'm
love
here.
that.
That's why
That would
I'm
be more.
here.
Charisma do be having
That's why I'm
fun.
here.
love
What
that
is
for
wrong with
you.
you?
That's
Charisma be
exactly why
funny,
I'm here.
Charisma loves
yo.
hanging out. What?
Yeah,
She was
she
just asking
does.
Chris.
I think she loves hanging out more than me, Evanel, and Marge combined.
Yeah.
Nah,
Charisma?
friend.
Look,
No one
Really?
can top that.
She
I will
does. She
defend you
likes
guys.
hanging out.
Okay, relax. I don't think
All right, let me ask
they top
Charisma.
Evan.
Charisma, do you go on roller coasters?
Of course.
Let's
All right,
go.
we'll keep you an S for now. What about Emily?
Prophet.
Prophet.
Yeah. Oh, but there's
How
already
can
a
she be the
prophet.
prophet if
There's already a prophet. Mhm.
yeah.
She's having
Because
First
CC
of
is the
all, God
apostle.
put all the worship team in one place, bro.
Because
There's
CC is
gonna
the
be similar
apostle.
things.
ah.
CC is the apostle.
Oh,
Mm.
well rounded. That's very true.
That's fire.
Yeah, I feel like it's an apostle, and Emily should be the prophet.
I think she could be a teacher.
Oh,
No, I
but
think
now,
that's Belle. No, Belle.
Belle
Yeah, Belle.
Belle
always
should be the
teaching.
teacher.
man, we don't really know much about her, but just saying that she
What is-
There's only one spot left.
hello, look at that. You don't even know what she about, but
She said the worship team group. Oh my goodness. That will be-
That's what it look like, friend. That's what it look like.
She might have
Olivia
that's
said Belle looked
cultivated.
like an evangelist. What y'all think?
Yeah,
I,
that's
I've
true.
seen it, yeah. Hey, that's
But that's
possible.
only because she hang out with Olivia.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Marge.
that's
Why you
true.
why
That
you
might be
being
the
like
thing
this?
also.
Why, Kizzy?
No, because it's true.
I'm not gonna lie. If you hang out with Olivia for a day, you're gonna be an evangelist for the
Yes,
day.
you
It's
are.
just
That's
Yes,
Yes,
I
you
don't,
are.
I don't
that's
exactly.
what it
remember.
is.
I don't remember Belle ever teaching, so I would have to say evangelist.
That's because
Yeah,
Belle doesn't really talk like that. She
Belle
just
Yeah, but
soaks
she's
Belle
up.
answered
heavy on
herself.
Not
Belle's
detail.
like,
not
Just
nah,
soak.
I've
I
never
don't
She's
think
taught
very
so.
heavy on
ever.
detail, Belle.
Belle
Always
is a
learning,
sponge.
like she's always wanting to know more, like always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so she's never really teaching like that. All right, what about Claire?
Oh.
Prophet.
But I see, but Anthony's also a prophet in
And
there
then he's
too.
also
A prophet.
Think so?
Nah.
Yeah, Anthony's evangelist.
Anthony's
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I
that
think he's the shepherd.
Really?
I can see
Oh yeah,
Shepherd.
yeah.
That
Remember?
man always want to have fun, bro.
Because Dez is an evangelist, so I can't say Anthony's an evangelist. So never mind.
No, but Erlene is this
Yeah,
group
he's
is
a
just kind of whack.
teacher.
Dez is a
You
teacher.
make a group.
He's a teacher.
Dad,
He's
you
also
don't
a
think
teacher.
That's because
you don't
Erlene is
think
an
Anthony
apostle.
Dad, you don't think
Oh.
Anthony's an apostle? He has a lot of gifts, bro. He has power.
And
He's not balanced.
You can
I
have
thought
balance.
Anthony. Oh, I
He
thought
could be
Anthony was an
balanced.
evangelist.
I think Hernandez is a teacher too.
What we do this?
I feel like Hernandez is more than one thing, though.
Oh,
Ah.
yeah. Yeah, I see
Right?
that.
Okay, yeah.
I see that. I see that. I see that. I see
I'm
that.
starting to peep everyone who was on media team once.
Mm.
See?
Yeah, I think
See what you-
Hernandez
Can we put
teaching.
T Hernandez, please? I think he's a
Yeah, there you go. That's a
teacher. He's a teacher.
Yeah, I like it.
okay. Okay.
That's
You got
five.
evangelist? Wow.
All right. What about Esmeralda?
Esmeralda
I
got to
think
balance out David. So
I think she's a
prophet.
shepherd.
Ooh. Esmeralda be having fun.
Duh.
Esmeralda
Nope.
have fun, just not
Nope.
with us sometimes.
She's funny,
She's
yo.
one of those people who's like,
She's
Nah, said
hilarious.
JP.
She's
JP.
hilarious, yo.
Y'all don't think Esmeralda a prophet?
I would say
mm,
prophet.
Esmeralda don't open her mouth enough.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't hear her speak much.
that's
But
so not true.
when she do, it's
She
accurate.
talk.
Charisma.
Nah,
You've known her
get
for
her
10
head.
years. Stop.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't like
Where
that.
David at? She only speak when the Lord says speak.
LOL.
Wow.
The Lord never
Exactly.
say speak.
What?
No
That is
way.
so.
You know what? We gotta go to Chili's now to kind of socialize and get these groups.
To balance it out.
Look at the
That's cereal.
bad.
It's true though. We gotta hang out now.
Let's go to
Honestly, the thing that
What?
gave Delania her
Oh,
role is
dang.
always willing to give rides. That's Delania all day.
How about Mara?
Mara's really prophetic.
Mm.
I don't.
But
I
a
gotta
lot
hang
of
out
people
with
don't
her,
really
bro.
know her like that. She's also
Emily, did you bring
How-
Mara to church or Mara brought you?
Mara brought me. You gonna put an E next time.
By default.
There it is.
Low key, he's a shepherd.
Teacher.
Ooh, this is interesting. I don't know.
What?
It's a teacher.
You think so?
He had that social group.
But he was
calling unto God. That wasn't
mainly
necessarily a teaching.
Yeah, but that social group was more about other people teaching.
Yeah.
I could say him being. Nah, hold on.
I think he's a shepherd, and Crystal can be the teacher.
Willing to. Oh yeah, I could see him being a shepherd. He just doesn't want to have fun with us.
The same thing as Esmeralda. There goes Ashley
Cause he
cracking
be, I be
jokes.
seeing him on Instagram. He likes to have
Always,
fun.
Kristen always want to travel, bro. He always
Kristen
want to
always
travel.
Oh,
He always want to go
does.
out of town.
Oh, that's
He
true.
always trying to.
That's
Yo,
Kristen.
Yeah.
That literally
Always wants
sounds
to have
yeah.
fun, just not with us.
nah, he be extending it.
There goes
a lot.
Okay,
Ashley
that's
cracking
funny.
jokes. See a
But
pattern.
that's what y'all started
I'm
out
starting to
too,
see a
but they
pattern.
came back down.
There's a lot
We
of
gotta
people
care about
wanting
his
to
stuff.
have fun with us. It's crazy.
All right.
Nah, but he
What about
be.
Eric?
Prophet.
I see him as an apostle.
Wait, no.
What
No.
He's an
The
apostle.
apostle.
I see him as an apostle.
Yeah.
Eric's
He's
pretty balanced.
balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Eric's pretty balanced.
Yeah.
What
Teacher.
about Luis?
Prophet.
Pat just said she's a teacher.
No, Nana is the prophet.
What? No, I think
the
Luis is
prophet.
the prophet.
Dad just said she's a teacher.
Oh, he said
Says she's the prophet?
Yeah, she's done a prophet.
What about Weber Linda?
Evangelist.
I gotta hang out with these people.
She brought.
Why does it seem so easy?
No, she's not.
We gotta go to Chili's, yo.
No, I think Weber Linda is good at talking to people, to be honest. She just hasn't had
Yeah,
the
me too.
opportunity to shine.
She's the one that brought Violetta.
Yeah,
Violet?
that's true. She be bringing her friends.
Violet?
She bring her
That's
friends. That's
Evangelist.
true.
So Luis is a teacher, which is funny because she always lost.
Yeah.
Dad, you just said she's a teacher.
You said that earlier. You said.
But when she gets it, she gets it.
Oh, okay. So we're actually almost done with day 2.
Or when she gets it, she gives it. Ooh.
I was trying to teach something.
It's funny that Gene said that because he's a teacher.
Oh, if you get Mara, you get her boyfriend too.
Kisa?
Mark?
Yeah. If we I
might break him up.
we really need
I need to have a conversation first. Chill out.
I'm just joking. You know my scissor figure.
No.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, we
For real.
Dumb
For
ever scissor.
real.
Yeah. So these are typically everybody that makes up to 25. I'm missing 3 people. I need 3 people.
2 people.
2
GG.
people.
I gave you some. Where's
GG.
Esther?
Esther's in the group of her own.
Is it a
Oh,
group on her own?
Yeah, she is.
What about Myra?
Myra. Who's that?
I
Miriam?
mean
Myra.
Miriam.
Oh,
She
Miriam?
combined 2 names, Miriam and
I
Mara.
keep saying Myra
And she made
as
Myra.
the correction. She meant Miriam.
Maya.
oh,
Y'all know her
Maya.
name is Miriam, right?
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Let's think of some people who we missing. So I call them the strike.
Stragglers?
Brandon.
Not strangers, stragglers.
What is Dad?
Cousin.
GG.
Oh, Dino. That's true.
Yeah,
Haven't seen
Gigi.
G for like 3 years, bro.
Brandon. Ooh.
Oh.
You got
How Mara wasn't put in that, but Brandon was.
Shirley. Fine. You want to put Mara in there too?
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. I'll get it back.
You spoke.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell her.
No, you did. You did that.
No.
You did that.
I like how my group spells out SAT PE. We sat in PE. We sat in PE.
I think Christelle is a straggler too.
Who?
No, but she's been.
Oh, she's always in communication. She just lives far. She lives like northern Fort Lauderdale. Who else? Who we missing? Oh, Miriam, Pat.
Oh yeah.
How about her?
Mitsuka.
Oh wow, you spelled it good.
Look, we almost done with 125. Y'all better stop playing.
Oh wow.
We almost done with day 3.
It's you remembering all these people.
Who else?
Hold on, Obi.
No, hold the left. Hold the gong.
Hold up. I wouldn't count Hold Up out, bro. I would put her in Stranglers. Yeah, put her in Stranglers.
Until she tells me. Until they tell me they still stragglers.
Nietzsche.
He announced it in front of the whole thing. He said, "I'm leaving."
How you spell well again? I forgot.
Oh,
No, you were right.
Nelson.
You were right.
Via
You were
Nelson.
Yeah,
You were right.
What? Right about what?
Katie. You were right how you were spelling her name.
Nah. Katie verbalized.
Katie.
Hillary.
Oh, Hillary. That's true.
Hillary.
She just
Hillary
said
You verbalized it too.
Oh, she verbalized. Wow.
Well, then not verbalize it. Don't understand.
Ow.
Hold she said it like she's leaving an official thing.
Then she live in a church.
Yeah, she left Live Church. She didn't leave 18. She said
Oh.
That's it, right? We not missing anybody?
I'm trying to think. Hold on.
Wait.
William.
Who's William?
Oh, Carlton.
Kalia.
Who's William?
Oh, what about Lou?
Lou.
Who is William?
She never really joined the church.
Out here.
Yeah, that's true. Has Carlton
Yeah, Lou be
never
everywhere.
been a part of 18?
Bro.
What's William's girlfriend name?
Kalia.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle. Something like that.
All I'm really thinking about is I gotta take out my group to Chili's.
Kai.
That's all I'm thinking about.
Danielle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why would you do that?
Kyle like this?
I don't know how you spell it. I just know they
honestly
sound
don't
like
know.
my sister name. That's it.
Wait. I have somebody, but does this person count? Queen? No.
No, Queen verbalized.
Queen
Okay.
verbalized.
Let put her here just in case.
Yo, I was watching
Then we put Nelly
Kiara's
too.
video. I
How
was
does-
watching Kiara's video. Wasn't that Queen in that thing?
She just verbalized. She's like, I'm not coming back to church.
She was very verbal about not coming back to church or 18.
But wasn't there a point when she was like, I might come back?
She came back one time.
Did she ever bring that to the courts?
What about
Maybe.
Nelly?
Nelly.
Nelly Welly.
She didn't verbalize either.
Nelly did. Nelly was clear.
So we not going. What about Carlton? Carlton never been a part of 18.
Carlton, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah. That's not straggling, bro. That's a dollar.
That's Everno job. Carlton is Everno job.
What about Ariel M?
That's why Everno's not the prophet, because then we'll be in danger somewhere.
Okay, so what about Ariel M?
Ariel who?
M.
You verbalized it, no?
Who?
Marcelin.
Marcelin.
She verbalized?
Okay, so
she came back, so it
look,
confused me.
so get 125 minus 17 and then put the rest of the number in the bottom.
Put Lotio.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I'm a 1%.
Oh my God.
I'm confused. Why your phone not on the charger?
Huh?
So 17.
Minus 25. And then the rest is that.
That's everybody, right?
Yeah. Well, we might be missing one or two people. Cool.
All right. Who else we missing? That's it, right?
Ain't no way, bro.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Damn. Who did we lose?
Okay. Okay.
Lily.
Dad,
we gotta be.
Dad, you love reliving your hurt, bro.
No, bro, you got
Dad loves reliving his hurt, bro.
Okay,
we gonna make
Lily.
one. We gonna shoot our shots. We keep it one more time.
All
One last
right,
time?
Lily.
Farrah.
Y'all play too much.
Farrah.
Just do it. Amari and Katrina.
Omari, Katrina. Hold on. Let me
Alex,
look.
Janisha. This done hurting him, bro. He's just reliving his trauma.
Jennifer, Alex, and Janisha.
Cause they so mean, bro.
Jennifer.
I don't want to play this game.
For
Nah, let's
real.
play it.
This game's starting to hurt, yo.
Ariel Marcelin.
That one hurt. That one sting me.
Ariel Elizabeth. Yeah, she been banked it. Ariel Martin. Because you hurt. Aww.
He about to go to he about to make an entry in his diary.
Did he cut his camera off?
Yes, I think.
Someone check on Pat.
Pat, come back.
Just give him a hug.
Who?
Hillary.
Hillary, Katie, Vaughn.
Yeah, Hillary, Katie, Vaughn.
No, I don't think we should be focused on this.
I know. This gonna hurt me, bro.
Aren't you the one who taught us that what we acknowledge grows? Why are you acknowledging this?
Wow. Wow. She correcting, yo. Who's correcting? Who's correcting?
I didn't hear you, Daniela.
What he say?
For my brother. I'm trying to hear. Sorry, guys. I can't hear nothing y'all saying because the room is very loud. What'd you say?
I said, aren't you the one who taught us that what we acknowledge grows?
Dang, that's Daniela too. Daniela, bitch.
hang out.
Dang, Daniela more hurt than the rest of us.
And Daniela didn't know none of these people.
That's why. She said, I taught y'all that y'all only acknowledge growth. So. No, I taught y'all that y'all only acknowledge girls.
I like how he put left in such a big bold big
Oh,
word.
Cause Jay
Wait,
hurt.
wait,
The
wait.
heck?
I have
He's
Take it
so
off
No,
hurt
no,
right
no.
now.
What
It's just
about
as big as the
Natalie?
other ones. It's just smaller than
Oh,
stragglers.
Natalie and Gio.
Natalie and Gio.
Oh. Uh.
Yo, writing
Oh,
this
maybe he's
list
trying
down
to
kind of
identify
hurts.
the stragglers.
You want to talk about some deep wounds? You want to
That's too
talk
far.
about some deep wounds?
Halia.
I got some names, bro. I got some names.
Only you,
We're going
Marge.
to walk.
Only.
What's his name?
Because they hurt
Yeah.
me too. I got
You're not
some
going with
names.
Halia?
We'll stop at Nunzi. What was his name?
Okay.
Wait, no. Why we?
What
Why
about
we-
the other Olivia?
Oh yeah, Nunzi, bro.
No, he has her on stragglers.
Not do that.
Olivia L.
Didn't she
Oh,
denounce it?
Rose.
L losing Nunzi, bro. I miss that girl.
Dad, what about this? Your co-pastor Juan and then his
His wife.
Oh, that's way too far.
Damn, boy.
Oh, you want to
I
go?
wasn't
Oh, you
here.
want to go there?
You don't even
You
know
want
who
to
they
go
are.
there?
Yeah, it's a
You want to
story.
go there?
This on
You want
mute,
to
Pat,
go there?
please.
Let's go
Cause
to
I
Gabe.
feel like he's
Let's
just
put
reliving all
Gabe
his
down.
trauma. We might as well go
Let's
deep,
put
yo.
Gabe down. Let's put Gabe down.
We
You want to
might as
go
well go
there?
deep
Let's
in his
put
trauma,
Gabe.
yo.
Let's not go into our archives. Can we just stop here?
Yeah,
So
let's
wait,
just
put
stop here.
Gabe because Gabe hurt me too. Let's put him.
the way.
Where's that word? It's a heart. It's the heart
Guys,
of a pure person
guys,
who
if y'all
after
see
their
Dad at
trauma
the
Olivia
beach,
affects
Straggler.
them.
guys, if y'all see Dad in the beach with a notebook, you already know why.
Dear diary.
Dear
Dear diary.
You hear me?
Oh my god.
No, she's not second, but she's left.
Junior is a straggler, Pat.
Junior's
Oh,
dumb as straggler.
Junior. Oh, almost forgot about him.
Oh, Junior. Yeah, Junior is a straggler. I'll give you this.
Yeah, I'll admit to that too.
Pat, remove the 10, 17, and 18. It doesn't look correct.
No, leave it so you know.
He did
what
it, so he's
matters.
counting.
Yeah, so
Oh.
you keep count.
Now you see, if you remove the 18, it gives a 1. So
It's 18. That
18.
woman.
Dang, y'all so mean, bro.
Hey,
Okay, cool.
he wants to
Oh,
be
18
stabbed.
plus 16. What's that?
This a lemon squeeze?
Oh, Natalie and Gio. Oh.
We
He
already
put Natalie and
date.
Gio.
Put date.
They're right there.
People for real, bro. Yeah, a lot of. I was about to forget.
I gotta invite y'all to my house.
Hey, Dad, you know I love
Oh
you,
my
right?
goodness.
My mom bought this refrigerator that you could
But you
connect it
still
with
ain't
your
put
phone.
Gabe.
You about to be out here?
I love you, but you still ain't put Gabe.
Oh,
That's crazy.
All right.
I mean,
all right.
technically, he's right.
Enough
But
going
Gabe
on
is
with
like
that.
way back.
Yeah, and so was Juan.
All right, Daniela, you're right.
But Juan's not on there.
Wow.
Thank you. You had
He,
me stressed.
he said
I was like, I need
he said stop right there. He didn't want to relive that trauma.
We gotta put them all in one thing and then throw them in the fire and burn them. All right. So now that we got that out of the way, we know who we lost. All right. So
Oh my
I know that
god.
hurts for you.
So we're almost done with day 2. Oh, we forgot Greg. Hold on.
no. He was verbal. He was verbal. Oh, you meant to.
We gotta type it and erase.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Just for healing's sake.
Okay.
Guys, I'm telling you, he's gonna be at this beach with his notebook, Dear Diary.
Dear diary.
Oh my gosh.
And the fact that he makes it in bold and big letters.
That's crazy. Wow.
Just
All
to
right,
put
now that
one
we got that out of
name.
the way, everybody feel clean? All right, now we can focus on.
We were chilling, bro. That was
Not
weird.
everybody feel clean.
I'm fine
We were chilling.
until we got to Gage.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that we need to get Dino back.
Mami, come in.
I like that.
Mami, come in.
Gene, how old is Dino?
Really?
Is he 22?
Or
Going back.
21. He's 20 or 21. He
21?
coming today though to the beach.
He's 22.
Yeah, he kind of like,
I think it's gonna rain
He
today.
likes our vibe. He likes our outings.
He likes the.
Check the weather because it's gonna rain today.
Yeah, that's true.
You need a different.
Yeah, the weather says it's gonna be raining all day.
Who's that?
I don't have no idea.
That's me.
Which that's Evan little brother.
That's Evan, brother.
Oh.
Okay, so these are the two people I'm gonna try to
Oh
pull
my
in.
God,
So I
and they're all the youngest people in Life Church.
He wants a
That's
young
so
group.
funny.
That's I see it.
Guys, Daniela is 19.
Oh shoot, the kids, the youth kids, Cece and Jean's kids.
Juna and Neji. I mean, I see them all the time, but I don't know.
Juna,
They're
Neji,
far now. They live in
Well, if he likes our outings, that means he's a shepherd.
now.
Okay, so what are we doing to these to these with these stragglers?
Wow.
Are we reaching out?
Neji
Wow.
and Juna.
Jordan?
what's the other one name?
Juna.
No, there's 3.
No, it's Neji, Juna,
Sobi
and
too.
I always forget his Sobi.
Sobi.
And Sobi.
Hey, I have a question. Who's Olivia Lynch?
All right, bro.
Let's not.
But
Look,
why
you
is
know
she
what?
in the stragglers then? Like, see, this is why we lost, man. I'm moving back to Miami.
Louise, I need you to move back to Miami, bro. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but we need you to move back to Miami.
You see her speaking, right? You see her speaking?
All right, so Dino, if Dino would come, he would be apostle, prophet, teacher.
He will be a
probably this.
pastor. If he only likes our outings, that means he only likes to hang out.
Nah, he a straight up teacher.
You got a good point.
Me and him cut from the same cloth, bro.
Dana's already the teacher.
We cut from the same cloth.
Who you talking about?
He might be apostle. He might be apostle because he was on media.
Based person. Every time I talk to him, he always got a question.
You watching a cartoon?
Why is it
He
that,
said you do
like,
this stuff.
that's
Yeah, but
God
he's
is the whole lamb.
it's
I'm like,
it's his primary function. That can be a function of his, but if you were to put two things together, what would you put? His ability to want to have fun, or his ability to want to teach, not want to learn, teach.
Teach.
so you have to choose.
Huh?
He said teach.
But then with Edwidge,
Yeah.
is Edwidge really that inquisitive? Like,
So what's the last stage? No. Okay, what's the last stage? We have prophet, apostle, teacher already, shepherd already. So it'll be evangelist.
Nah, that was like fun, bro.
Yo, this dude Dino walks into my room every day to teach me something new about something.
That's
Gene is
true.
stuck on.
Yeah.
That's true. 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 Oh, it throws everything off.
No, then they not. Oh,
It throws everything off.
But Dana is an evangelist,
Dana's
dog.
evangelist,
I'm
bro.
sorry. Y'all don't. She's an evangelist.
For real. Everyone that's under Danielle becomes an evangelist.
Oh, that's goes
It's
off the
facts.
list.
No, everything's what evangelist they not though.
I don't know how I got under Danielle and then now become an evangelist, bro. I was trying to figure that out.
Yeah, there you go.
Now it fits. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. That's very true.
It has to be 5.
We have to make
Why
it
does
make
it have to be? Why are we thinking in the box?
Let 6 come out instead of 5.
We need a structure.
Who was that?
That was charisma.
That was me.
That was not charisma.
That was Emily. Emily.
No,
That
she
was
like,
Marge.
She was like, wait, what?
What's Marge?
Wow.
You shepherd. You just want to have fun.
Y'all
Why
awesome.
we need structure? Why do we need order?
Oh my goodness.
I feel really OCD right now. I need to take out my group. Louise needs to move to Miami. Oh my God, I have a lot of work to do.
No, primary means one, only one.
Thinking like 10, 30, 50.
Yeah. All right, I'm pretty satisfied with this list. What y'all think?
I mean, you got 24 and not 25, but
Now, mind you, it's difficult. I just want the group to be balanced. So if the group's balanced, then we're fine. Okay.
I don't think Brandon's really a straggler though.
Yeah, I don't think he is either.
He's by definition a straggler.
What, he stays in communication, but he never present?
Yeah, for real. He be in the group chat.
What?
Did Chris say Patrick?
How you supposed to see it?
Patrick, put yourself in the straggler list.
He said Patrick is a straggler.
I love that for you.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a
Patrick is a dumb straggler. He only comes in gigs.
Dang.
All right, now you gotta put 20 next to Juna.
All right, so this list is very well balanced. Take a picture of it. I want you guys to become your own individual fives. Okay, so when we're done, hey.
Or you could just save the note.
Share it.
All right. I'm not sure. Hey. So save it. Okay, so the ones at the top. Where's Cece? Cece's a leader, but she's not in this room. I don't understand. Lord Jesus.
It's all right. I'm picking up the slack for her for now.
All right, man. I'm about to switch these two.
Don't do that. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Leave her where she at. She's fine.
I want this.
She has proven herself worthy
Yeah.
of that position.
She has.
Leave Cece where she at.
Cece's where she needs to be. Bro, she's the only core member that stood it out, bro. Because even I.
No, Eric stood it out.
I don't want whatever Marge have to bleed into the group. So.
All right, put me in a straggler then.
I'm dead.
Dang. Y'all got something to say.
Quick.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, if I have David here, I can have Marge here.
Thank you. Because we come from the same cloth.
It's funny. Okay.
Keep me second. Actually, put me last.
Nah, you coming back full.
No. No. Leave Cece where she at.
Diego.
Who
the heck is Diego?
Dora's cousin.
I don't even know who Dora is.
Dora. You know
The
what?
Explorer.
We got a lot of
That's the only Dora.
Yo, but Dana brought like a bunch of people lately. We gotta put all of Dana's people down there.
No, who's Diego? For real, who's Diego?
I have no idea.
Diego, he did that photo shoot. He got dreads.
You talking about the one that was at the singer release taking pictures?
But I thought he goes to GSM.
He doesn't go.
Can't. Okay, I know who he is. All right.
Mark.
Okay, so these are your group of fives. Okay, in all honesty, I'm just trying to keep it as balanced as I can, so that you guys have a good opportunity to receive and to distribute these 5 things accordingly, so that everybody can end up complete. Okay, so these are your groups. Dana, you here?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I heard. Shh. What? You said sorry and then talk more. You still talking? Thank you.
He's apologizing for the interruption, not the action.
LOL.
All right.
Really
That's
people
why
for
Marge should be done. Okay. So
If you still have trauma with me, we can hug it out.
we gotta go for tacos.
Again?
So the first one didn't work. So the job of the 5 right now is to kind of, okay, so let me tell you the reason why I do it like this, right? The job of the 25 is to give as much problems as you can to the 5, okay?
I've been doing that. Kiara got gray hair by now.
Marge, you're doing too well. You're bleeding into the top one. You don't want to bleed into up here. All right? Just stay as much problems in this area only.
I prove me then. Dang. Just prove me.
Don't come up to here, okay?
Just
After me
prove
is only
me.
God. I don't know. After me is God. So
like, oops,
stay
right.
right here.
Just
Stay
prove
right
me then.
All right. So yeah, so your job is to kind of like just be yourselves.
I can't believe I'm recording all of this.
I love it here.
I can't believe
so
I'm
glad
recording
we're
all of
recording all
this.
this. Memory's
Okay.
sake.
So your job is to kind of be yourselves. Let the 5, be patient with the 5 or whatever, but their role is to kind of practice covering you guys. Ultimately, of course, God is covering you guys, and right under God is me, right? But the 5, they're really kind of serving as that covering, and so that I can be able to kind of monitor what it is that they're missing, different areas that they're missing and stuff like that. So if I see that this group is being imbalanced in something, then I would now be able to see it more clearly because they have you guys, okay? Now, when we finish building the 125, I promise you guys, the 125 job is to do the same thing with you guys. They're going to annoy the heck out of you guys. But hopefully by then, you guys will be complete as well, right?
Was
And
them
so on and so
annoying me?
forth. The 625 is to bother the 125. The 3,
This sounds very
this one right
stressful.
here, day 5 is to bother day 4. Day 6 is to bother day 5. And day 7 is going to really bother day 6.
All right, now, question.
Yeah.
That same concept where the latter will bother the former. How does that fit with creation?
Huh?
The same concept where the latter bothers the former. How does
Because
that fit with creation?
On day 5, animals were created, and humans be bothering animals. So
he answered like without like he I answered already. That was crazy.
right? I don't know where this stuff be coming from.
I didn't miss a beat.
That bothered humans.
Then when the fall of man happened, they started bothering the trees, the water, the
yeah, because the ground was cursed. Good job.
And what bothered us? Rest.
Yo, I gotta go to work in 3 hours.
Yeah, you sound like you was gonna say real quick. Okay, so the cool thing is the church is probably gonna split, but not really split like really huge, but like not really split, but kind of like let's just say invade territory around this area right here. So this area, somewhere between day 5 and day 6, Evanel should be complete by then. So he should be going to somewhere with Kiara to go launch somewhere.
Georgia.
Georgia.
I'm going with them.
I'm going with them. I don't care.
I'm going with them.
I'm out.
Fine. As
Let
long as
them
we
have
got
them at their house.
we got 3,000 to 15.
I'm not missing this
I don't know what
opportunity.
tell us. Y'all better slide.
I'm not missing this opportunity.
If we got 3,000 to 15,000 people, y'all can leave. I don't care. All right. So
what's wrong with you?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna miss y'all, bro. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a sad day. But I'm gonna be rested. So hopefully,
He's gonna be again going to the
We're in the
beach.
good old days right now, so let's just embrace it.
Let's just stay here, friends.
Rest in peace,
Oh,
Dad.
no,
What
rest
is
in
wrong
peace,
with
friend.
you?
Oh
Let's
my
not do
God.
that.
What is wrong with you,
Stop it.
Dad?
Why would you put that?
Y'all are
Only
wild.
him.
I get it,
This
but
man be
no.
planning at his funeral. Y'all act like y'all know who Pat is.
Right,
We
let's
do.
do
That's why we tell him
All right, so
stop.
by then, Evana and Kiara should be complete. So they probably moved to Georgia or something.
So who's the
Olivia,
okay? So question.
Olivia probably
Who
think
said
about
Canada?
sending people to Paris.
Dump Canada. Olivia could dump
Who's in Canada? Why y'all sending my friend out there to Canada, yo?
Or Canada. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
There's a heavy population of
Ashley probably take
in
everybody to
Mexico.
New Jersey.
If I don't leave with Kiara, I'm leaving with Ashley.
Jersey, I'm moving to Jersey. And Gene probably stay in Miami. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna stay in Miami. He's going
Miami.
to
Gene
all
will
the
stay in
young
Miami.
musicians coming up.
That boy look like he ain't going nowhere. And hopefully by then I probably go to Haiti. So
Yeah,
I'll be in Haiti.
yeah. I
this
was
Haiti
gonna
thing?
say that too. I was like,
Yo.
Pat's gonna be in Haiti by then.
But
I just
that's
got
what
here
we
telling
somewhere
me
around
everybody's
here, right?
gonna
But we
leave.
still growing, we still building, and until we invade the earth, all right?
Come on.
With faith, hope, and love, with the proper intel coming from Jesus Christ. I have to make sure I say that because I don't want to become the Antichrist. So so that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is what if this whole time I'm the Antichrist, bro? Like
What, Dad? I'm recording this. I'm
Hey.
recording you.
Oh my God.
Let's be honest at this
I'm too
point.
good at what I do.
Dad, I'm gonna crop all of this.
Nah, don't crop it. Keep it.
Don't.
I'm one traumatic event away from just switching.
Why would you say that
This
to
is a
yourself?
fact. No, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's
Stop
a
hurting me.
fact.
All right, so
All right, new rules. Stop that.
You just want
You should bring him properly, you know?
get familiar with your partners, and I'm gonna be talking to the top 5 up here.
Top 5. That's a nice name.
Oh, I like that. Top 5.
All right.
Top 5. I like that. And this list might change. You know, some people might not be able to withstand the rain. Can you
stand the rain?
Y'all so gay.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be meeting with these 5 in the up and coming weeks, but I want, because we're ending tomorrow with our 30-day, right? I want next week, right? Next week Monday when we start up again, you guys are gonna start up, but you're gonna only start up with your 5, right? And the whole ideal is literally for you guys to come together at 5 a.m. and really just discuss everything that. So you're gonna redo all of the different teachings. So you're gonna go on YouTube, you're gonna watch them, you're gonna comment on them, things you like or whatever, engage inside the YouTube channel, right? And then I want you to come together and just talk about it within the group, within your 5 groups. Is that cool?
Why is he up?
Hey.
My keyboard. Hey.
So okay, so we got our assignment, right? This has nothing to do with your partners as far as the evangelism. Shout out to Esther and Luis who went evangelizing, Ashley and Dana went evangelizing, Olivia and Erlene went evangelizing. So shout out to them. We got a couple of salvations going on. We're still trying to reach that. It's 20 times 20. So what's that? 400? So if push comes to shove, by the end of summer, we should have already evangelized to 400 people. Okay? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yep.
So get with your group. Emily, did you evangelize yet?
I did, but not with Daniela. To be honest, I could have done better. So no.
What's your problem? What's going on? Why are you not following?
I will.
All right, Marge, did you evangelize yet?
Absolutely not.
Who's your partner?
CC.
Who?
CC.
That's why you struggling. No, I said that's why you're struggling because you're not evangelizing. All right, so go evangelize. I gotta follow everything I'm telling y'all to do is super important. All right, this doesn't benefit me at all for y'all to go evangelize to homeless people. Okay, this is for you guys, your growth, getting better at these things. Okay, the next step is only going to be more crazy. Go ahead, Claire.
Oh yeah, I just want to know who my evangelism partner is because I don't know.
Your evangelism partner was Miriam. She's one of the stragglers. So you're gonna have to go fishing.
Can you somebody send me her number?
Yeah, talk to Kiara about it.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, this is not for me. Gene, you've been begging me for Hernandez, and I ain't hear nothing from y'all yet. Evanel been begging me for David. I ain't hear nothing from them yet.
That's crazy.
Delania been talking about homeless people for 2 years.
First
I
of
ain't hear
all,
nothing from her.
you're wrong. I've been evangelizing with Anthony. We
I ain't hear
literally
nothing
went
from
last week. We literally went last week.
to homeless.
Yes,
I ain't hear nothing from you.
because we haven't talked. We haven't spoken. Or we have,
right,
or maybe I haven't mentioned it.
Let's go. Okay.
Always yelling at me.
Anybody who's still close to any of these stragglers?
I actually talked to
Alright.
Shirley and Hoda a lot too.
I actually talked to all of them. I don't understand.
No,
Actually,
I'll talk to Shirley. Someone else, someone take the rest.
Oh, me and Shirley,
right,
we were
now
actually
it's not
having a date.
I'm cool with Gigi.
Emily,
Okay.
don't go to people and be like, "Yo, you straggling? What's wrong with you? You didn't get your stuff back in the house of God."
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
do that. All right, that's not what we want to do. What you
Does that sound like me?
Emily, don't pull out the apostle yet.
Oh my
Dang,
goodness.
bro. Sorry.
All right, work on your evangelism. You know, just keep it simple, different things like that. Just keep on talking about church every chance you get. You know, and
I got
kind of just
Pat, the
trying
new
to bring
people.
Somebody was saying something.
Yes, Pat, the people that I've been bringing, do they count as stragglers too?
Yeah, I was gonna say Dana brought a lot of people.
What people you bringing?
AK, Greg that came yesterday. He's coming to the beach today.
No, they're not stragglers. They're new.
They're new.
Should we
We're
make
gonna make a new list.
Fresh fish.
Can you make this one bold and big?
Stop talking, y'all boys. This call gonna last till 9. We gotta go to the beach at 11.
I'm not gonna go to sleep at all.
Go to the beach is raining. Okay, go. You can put
All the
Greg.
Dana's people. Dana, name all your people that you brought.
Yeah, that part.
That's crazy.
Why she's an evangelist, bro.
That's why she's an evangelist, bro.
Dana brought the 99 at this point.
That's to be honest. Oh, that's why God went for the one, because she had the 99 with her.
Wow.
We got AK.
All right, bro. You got it.
Ray.
Greg.
Spelled, guys. Y'all saying weird names.
Greg. Greg.
Who's Gene?
A white boy name.
The guy today, I don't remember. The guy with the crutches.
Ray.
That's Anthony friend.
His name is Gene. That's so cool.
Okay. What's her boyfriend?
What?
Mark.
Who boyfriend?
Mara.
Oh, her boyfriend. I know her boyfriend. That's
her boyfriend is Mark.
She evangelist.
Wow, she brought Cece's cousin before Cece brought him. That's crazy.
Oh.
She's an evangelist. Okay.
Girl's boyfriend.
All right. Settle down. Okay.
It was a joke.
AK, hold on, guys. If y'all talking, I can't hear y'all because everyone else literally right in my ear laughing. Okay, go ahead.
Next person, Rafe, R-A-F.
His name is Axel.
Okay.
No, those are
Like Guns N'
different
Roses,
people.
Axel? That's so cool.
Oh, that's Axel? I thought the other guy was Axel.
Okay,
Oh.
can we put Ray for the guy with the crutches? I know it was something with the R-A-Y or
But that's
R-A-I.
He's Rafe.
Who's that?
Is Axel and Rafe the same person?
No, Axel is
Okay,
the boy
just making-
of Jirio, girl that did.
He put Raph.
Yo, I love these people Dana's bringing, yo.
Right.
What about this guy? What's his name again?
Who?
Lou.
What was the name of it? Lou is a forever.
Louis?
No.
Louis?
No, not him. He's not new.
Louis?
I don't know. I don't know who this is.
The guy name that used to come with Daniela.
Lucas. Oh my gosh.
Talk about wounds.
Daniela, we love you. We're here for you.
I'm sorry, Daniela.
No.
We love you.
Not you turning this back on Daniela. Oh my God.
Oh
Pat,
my.
Greg.
He go put her ex-boyfriend right there, bro.
He's not new. He is not new. He's not there.
Yeah, he's not.
He could be a straggler.
Put him on straggler?
I don't know.
No,
'Cause
but
I think she's saying he was never a part of the church.
Yeah.
Olivia was kind of.
Never went through any of that stuff.
I
He
think
went
she was
through
saying he was
everything.
never a
And
part of the
Olivia was
church.
kind of like mentoring him and being there for him. So I'm not sure what that counts as.
One at a time. I didn't hear what.
He's come to
That
Sunday.
is so frustrated.
Olivia kind of like mentoring
Yes.
him there for him. So I don't know what that counts
All
as.
right,
But
I'm
he
just gonna stop the video here.